and all our distinguished guests and our alumni and illustrious to today's event. I request everyone to please take your seats. So very good afternoon to all the dignitaries and distinguished guests. It is a great privilege to welcome you all to this esteemed event. Your presence is a testament to our dedication and contribution to this field. Now, CIPET welcomes the chief guest with a sapling. I request our Principal Director and Head, Shri B. Ravi sir, to welcome Shri Dayanand Reddy sir, our chief guest of today's event. A big round of applause. Now I request Dr. B. Kiran Kumar sir to welcome Shri Sanatan Sahu sir with a sapling. Thank you sir. I request Anjaney Sharma sir to welcome Dr. B. Ravi sir, Principal Director and Head with a sapling. Thank you sir. Now I request B. Ravi sir, Principal Director and Head, to give us the welcome address.
Sir, it is a great honor that Mr. Dayanand Reddy garu from Vasanta Group has immediately accepted our invitation and make sure he is available now. Sir, we are very much honored for your presence, sir, for such an event which is very near to your heart. And I welcome Sanatan Sahu sir, who is the coordinator and the agency for doing such activities from the Department of Industry side. And actually our director, joint director are on the way. I think the additional director may be joining in few minutes. Or other people, they have already pre-appointment with the secretary and the ministry, so they could not able to make the event. And my warm welcomes and heartfelt gratitude to all the people who have made their presence today for this wonderful workshop, we can say, which is very good for the Department of Industry, who is making it for the government of Telangana, for making a benchmark study to understand what is the reality really required for making the tooling industry, manufacturing industry to the next level. For the purpose of MSME, it is a well-backed project for the MSME to upgrade their technology level in terms of even financial also. There are some points are there which will be used for focusing the enhancing the effectiveness of the existing MSME schemes, like improved market and credit access, strengthening the institution, that is between the government of Telangana and the central government, and then technology upgradation, addressing the delayed payments which is faced by the MSMEs, and then the greening initiatives encourages to adopt environmentally sustainable practices, and then some funding from the World Bank loan. So this is to summarize that to accelerate the growth and performance of the MSME sector. Such a study has been given to CIPET. Not only CIPET, there are CITD and other institutes also doing such type of work. But some 10 sectors has been identified and given to CIPET. In that, first one was the polymer sector, which is already we have conducted 2 workshops which were in the processing side and material supply side. And this is the second sector, sir, which is on die and mold manufacturing and machining activities. So like that we have another 8 sectors are there. We will be calling the respective industry people and the to understand what is the actual requirement so that they can move from tiny sector to small scale sector, small scale to medium, like that, to identify the gap where they are facing the problem, and finally by taking them to the Department of Industry people to the some other state also to understand what is their present technology available, and finally we will be submitting the proposal saying that such and such facility center will help them to gain more lead jam in their activities. So once again I welcome you all for this august presence on this occasion, and we will be going through as per the detailed schedules, and then finally we will have a discussion wherein whatever may be the problems these industries are facing will be noted down, and we will be the implementing person will be conveying to our Department of Industries also, and any other requirement is there in the form of technology requirement, like establishing a single point nodal agency to understand the problems or to understand what is the latest advanced requirement. It may be 10% requirement for your purpose, but maybe you may be spending lot of money and energy to get those design aspects and other things, which will be discussed, and finally we will make a report on that. So there is 2 workshops to be conducted every sector. This is such one workshop we are doing it in CIPET, and second workshop preferably we will be doing it in Balanagar and GD Menta area so that many people can participate. That is what our motto for every workshop, 2 workshops, one will be at CIPET center, another one will be the respective clusters available in that area, so that many people can come and interact, so that Department of Industries also can understand what is the actual requirement. Till date they are not having such type of discussions, so we will be doing it one by one. Thanks for your presence. Once again I welcome you all on behalf of myself and my team. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request all the participants and dignitaries to introduce themselves one by one.
This is Ashwin, and my Guruji is sitting here, Mr. Ravi sir. So I have studied DPMT and PMD from this institute in the year 1992 to 1996, and we were actually very lucky to have Ravi sir as our Guruji, because more than technical we learn how we can be a good human being is what we learned from our Guruji, and thanks for that, sir. Anyway, that was very short note which I couldn't resist talking, so I couldn't say that. So presently, after completing this CIPET, I have worked for companies more than, I can say, near about a dozen companies I worked. About a year hopping here and there for a couple of years, and right now I own a company firm which is on the name of Wind Designs. I do design services from concept designing to product designing, and from there to prototyping, and from there to production or manufacturing the dies and then doing the production. This is what we do. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening everyone. My name is Vachaspati. I have studied CIPET here in the year of 94-98. Thank you. I'm owning a company, sir. I'm doing molding.
Hello. My name is Sridhar. I have done my CIPET in the year 96-99. I am doing manufacturing, board manufacturing mixers at Balanagar. Company name? Amba Bhani Press.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Shotam Reddy. I've done my CIPET 95-99 batch. PMD as well as PMD. Myself, I have put up an industry manufacturing unit in Bangalore. And a couple of months I have shifted myself to Hyderabad. That is how it works out here.
Good evening everybody, I am Srikanth from CIPET Hyderabad. This is the first Indian mold-based company in India. We have been making mold-based as very huge size ones, more into die casting, not plastics we make several. I am also from CIPET, 97 guys.
Good evening to all of you. My name is Arvind. I am from Chennai. I did my DPMT in the year 93 to 96 and 96-97 PDPMT. Currently, I've joined my dad's company after CIPET. We actually do manufacturing of hydraulic cylinders, also do hard comp rating on plastic molds and dies.
Good evening everyone. Myself Mahavi. I am from a company called Softcell Technologies. We provide complete engineering solutions right from the design stage to concept manufacturing, then ALM, PLM and all kind of engineering services. So primarily we are the platinum partners to major OEMs like PTC, ANSYS and CIPET. So I represent as a territory manager from the Softcell Technologies. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Hello. Good evening, sir. My name is V. Ravindranath. I am representing for Kavita CNC Technologies. I am working as a business development manager, sir. Our is the CNC turning machines we are having, sir. Turning and as well as milling setups. We are looking for upgrade our business, sir. Thank you.
Hello, I am Wilson, DPMT 97, President of World Bank, Balaga.
Good evening to everybody. My name is Srinivas. I'm new to this sector. Hope this workshop will be useful to me and start my career and go in this. Thank you.
Krishna from Hyderabad. So, yeah, this is Ramakrishna from Rajin Krishna. So I was DPMT, so 2002 back. So from years I was in Singapore. No, I'm doing any kind of mechanic part. Any type of work. Any kind of work. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Prasun Chauhan. We are a blow molding unit. We have total of 7 machineries which are fully automatic. And yeah, I'm working with my dad currently. Company's name is
Good evening all. Myself Prakash Mittapalli. I was studied diploma in plastic mold making technology in the year of 2000 and 2002 pass out. After that I went to Singapore. Where you get from scratch to final product is a plastic related, we can do that. At this time, from design, manufacturing, production, facility we have. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Balraju from Balaji Moltech, Judimetla, and I was completed DP MFT in 2000 batch. We have processing unit in Judimetla. We have 3 injection molding machines, and we are doing agriculture components and packaging items productions. We have really we are a lot of inspired by Dayanand sir. Main inspiration from 1980s to Narayan Murthy sir and Dayananda sir, what they had done in their life, actually we inspire a lot. Okay, thank you very much.
Good evening, all. My name is Shiva Krishna. I'm representing Silicon Dispensing India Private Limited. So I completed my post-graduate diploma here itself from 21-23 batch. From Silicon, we produce beauty care and cosmetic products all over the world. So he is my guru, sir, Kiran Kumar, sir. So now I'm working as a quality guy in Silicon Dispensing, and we produce all these products from third party from Renka Precision Plastics. So thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am Mohammad Mehmood. I have completed my DPMT here and PMT 1993 to 1997. So we have my batchmates also with me, and Ravi sir is our guru. With his guidance, today we are here, and I am working at Vasanta Group, Renuka Plastic, and I am working as senior manager there. So for my company, we don't need to tell much about. People are aware of that. So our sir is here. Under his guidance, we are working last 15 years in that company. So we will have daily something different we will do, and we learn much more daily. Our main thing is we need to learn next day what new we want to learn, what we need to implement, and how to satisfy the customer. The service is important. That is the thing we follow. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening everyone. Myself Shirish Badri. I passed out CIPET in 2001, and I'm presently working at Husky Injection Molding Systems as a sales manager.
Good evening, Marana. Well, I am Nagakrishnan from Neha Plastic Molds. We do manufacturing by automobile wiring harness connectors. I am not in from CIPET, but we manufacture all kind of plastic molds, and we do all rubber kind of stuff also. But mostly we are into injection molding. I think we are the only persons who manufacture automobile wiring harness connectors. And thank you, sir. I visited you for 2 or 3 times, and I feel very happy to watch here right now. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Myself Naveen sir. I am here from Liquid System Private Limited, and my passed out batch is 2014 to 17, sir. As well as I have also completed PDPMT under the guidance of Kiran Kumar sir and also my Srigar sir. Right now I am working as an engineer, sir, in mold maintenance department only, and also D&D, design and development. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sai Vijay. I have completed CIPET DPT 2016-19 batch under Kiran Kumar sir. We have a pet blowing manufacturing at Kamu.
I am working from 2001 Vasanta Group. After 2005, I started company manufacturing unit in Balaga. Right.
Okay, thank you very much. It was overwhelming happiness to see so many elements here. 90% are all who have studied in CIPET and doing very well in other industries. Thank you very much for this. And now moving forward, I request the chief guest of today, Sri Dayanand Reddy Garu, founder and managing director of Vasanta Group, to enlighten us with the scope and role of mold and dye manufacturing industries in Telangana.
Projected. Light ಬಂದೆ ಬಾ ಸರ್.
Good afternoon, everybody. Dignitaries on the dais, Ravi Garu, Principal Secretary Hyderabad, Sanatan Sahu Garu, Associate Director from GRAT, so, then Kiran Kumar Garu, then some of our employees, some of our friends, industry friends, and the delegates, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon. In fact, I'm a little bit confused now because I was told that this speech would be a benchmarking study to assess the sectoral technology gaps in the modern die manufacturing sector. But this is fine anyway. We can, after speaking for some time on this subject, we can get on to the general subject later. So, not an issue. So, can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So, now somebody, either of the state government or central government or some ministry, asked them to conduct this study on the gap analysis. But why only on tooling? So, maybe they will be doing on other sectors also. Why on tooling is because any product, you take any, I mean, right from a big vehicle to a small sweet chart, toothpaste cap, I mean, any product, a micro product also. So that would consist of what? It would have sheet metal parts, it would have plastic parts, it would have aluminum parts, it would have machined steel parts, rubber or silicon parts, and some electronic parts. So these are today all the products would consist of. So to make any of this, you need a mold, a tool, a die, whatever. So that's how, in fact, earlier this was called as a mother industry. Means, so tool is the one which produces the parts. So it's a kind of a mother for the products. So the industry dealing with tool making was called as mother industry. In fact, earlier, when we were at TACMA, whenever we used to meet, there's been a lot of discussion on this point also. So that's the importance. In fact, some of you may be knowing the CIPET, which was established in early 60s perhaps, or early 70s. So that was established by ILO, in fact, the International Labour Organization. So why all, I mean, about 50-60 years back, somebody has thought of establishing an institute for tool design and manufacturing. Because they realized in those days itself the importance of a tool, a mold, or a die. So without which you cannot manufacture anything. So in fact, in those days, even the CNC machines were not there. So to make a product, you need to have a mass production tool. You cannot do a piece manufacturing style. Because none of these, maybe props or the CNC equipment, etc. was not there in those days. So the only way was you make some tool, mold, die, whatever. And those used to be perhaps a very primitive stage. Some people used to tell us in the institutes, even otherwise while I was working. So earlier, when there were no wide cuts, the die segments, this much was the die, this was made into 4 or 5 segments, and then each segment you file it. So that's how they used to make the die. So that much is the importance of the equipment. But of course, we have traveled a long way. So in the past 30-40 years, especially talk about 20 years, and every year you see some latest technology coming up, and we have moved on a lot as far as sophistication is concerned. Today, without an operator, you can run a mold in the machine, and press tools, they run it at a speed of 300 strokes per minute, 400 strokes per minute, something like that. So of course, I'm not an expert on the press tools, but you have such high-speed presses and high-speed operations, etc. So, such is the importance, and despite having institutes like CIPET, NDTF, DTTC,
RTC Delhi, German tool rooms, even German tool. So that itself shows how important is the tooling field. So why Germans should come here and establish tool rooms. I studied in a Danish tool room. It was aided by Danish government in Delhi tool room and training center. So I studied there in 84, 86, and then I was picked up by Siemens Mobile. So, but I was there only for 1 year. But there I could see how a tool can be a sheet metal die, a mold, how complex it can be, how accurate it can be. In fact, sometimes we used to forget our lunch. So we were so young, and then we wanted to learn a lot of things. So, and so much was the complication in the dies and molds, and even the processes. We used to have lots of CNC machines, and those CNC machines were kind of first time for us. Though we had in our institute, even in the institute, they were just coming in that time. We talked about 84, 86. They had just the first wire cut in Delhi in those days in our institute. And some one or two primitive CNC mills in those days again. But we had old jig grinders. That one technology was there. Again, non-CNC jig grinders. So, at Siemens, we could get a lot of exposure in the technology, etc. But then I wanted to get my own, and then I came back to Hyderabad. And the small scale industry, and most of you know my story, but I'm talking about it later again. Next slide, Amma. So I was also associated with DAGMA, Tool and Gauge Manufacturers Association. So we have close to 600-650 members all over India in this association. So we used to conduct a tooling survey called the tooling survey, biannually, once in 2 years. And initially, different organizations used to do, but later on, we zeroed on to this Emura Research Institute, and they started doing very good analysis and very good report generation on the tooling space. But of course, I cannot say, nobody can say that it is 100% correct, because most of us don't give the information only. If somebody asks, they give the paper just below the table, or we throw it into dustbin. We never believe in giving the information. So this information also, where from they are getting? Of late, because the governmental collection of the information is increased and improved. So that's where from they get all this data, and they have compiled. In fact, it's a very good report. Some of you are interested, you can get it from DAGMA. It may be available on the net, or even you can get a soft copy perhaps by paying a little money, and you can also get hard copies. So. As for the report, we have talked about the global tooling industry. So this report was published in 2023. The 2025 may come after some more time. And report, they could get only the information maybe until 2021 or 2022. So that's how they made this. Can we switch off 2 more lights in the front? No, back.
Lights ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸರ್.
Good. Yeah. So the global tooling industry stands at about $80 billion as per the report. And post-COVID, during the COVID time, it went down. Every tool maker, except few tool makers, but most of the tool making activity was down during the COVID time. Even the report says maybe one or two slides. I'm not sure whether those slides are there or not, but again in 2021 it picked up, which stood at $80 billion. And these 6 countries of the manufacturing, tool manufacturing activity, as usual, you know, China is the biggest, and then comes USA and Germany, Italy and Japan and South Korea. These 6 countries contribute to about 65% of the world's total production by value. And normally the tool making activity, or even otherwise, the country's progress itself is measured in terms of vehicle production, number of vehicles produced. I don't know, in fact, I keep saying that that should not have been. Because if you create more pollution in the country, you are more best manufacturing country. So that's how it's happening. So scale should have been something else, but then unfortunately that's the scale. If you produce more vehicles, back. So yeah. So India stands at 20th spot. In spite, we are 6th in vehicle production, no, 3rd in vehicle production, and 6th, we have a slide on that. 6th on going by the maximum contribution to the GDP from the manufacturing sector. We contribute about 17% today, but in that year it was 14% to GDP. Manufacturing sector alone contributes to 14% to GDP. So going by that, in the world we were 6th ranking, but in tool making we are not 6th. Going by vehicle making we were 3rd globally, but tool making we are not 3rd, so we are at 20th. So next slide. So as we said, global tool room market stands at $80 billion US, and China and US are the biggest markets for this. China makes also big and it also consumes big. So that's how, in fact, our Mahmood was in China just 1 week back. So market share of top 10 countries based on the consumption in 2021. So China consumes 32% of the global thing, and USA 12% and Germany 6%. So these 3 countries put together, they consume 50% of the tooling industry. And then comes Italy at 5%, Japan at 4%, South Korea 3%, and India at 2.6%. But still, as far as ranking is concerned, on the amount of tooling generation, tool making numbers, we are at 20th. Next slide. So this was the one I was saying. The first left one talks about we are 6th by contributing 14% to our GDP from manufacturing sector. And the right one is the 3rd one as far as the number of vehicles are concerned. Number of vehicles in million units. We produced 3.6 million, which means 36 lakhs in 2021. And we were after Japan 66, above us was Japan 66 lakhs. And ranking, so the bottom one gives you the ranking, tooling production ranking. We are at 20th. First is China, second is USA, and then Germany is 5th, in fact. They keep changing little bit, because after certain limit, just 1 billion can take your rank here and there by 2-3 numbers. So can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So if they are to talk about Indian tooling industry, this is a snapshot on the situation of the Indian tooling industry. We have grown at about 5 to 6% in line with the growth of automotive demand. Automotive sector also grown at about 5 to 6%, the CAGR year on year. And in 2021, as I said, India ranked 6th in the highest manufacturing as a percentage of GDP contributor to GDP, and the 3rd in the highest vehicle production, but lagged at 20th position in the tooling production ranking. Total Indian market is estimated to be 23,600 crores. This has grown at about CAGR of 5% approximately from 19 onwards, 19 to 23rd. This was created in 2023. So 34% of this demand is met through imports, and 80% of these imports are from China, South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. And 15% of the production we export. We export to countries like USA, Spain, Mexico, Germany. There could be small volumes to other countries also, but this could be major volumes. Commercial tool rooms grew at about 8% and captive tool rooms grew at about 1.5% in these past 4 or 5 years. No, can you go back? So this 23,600 crores, this breakup is not given there, but commercial tool rooms contribute about 10,500 crores, captive tool rooms contribute 5,100 crores, and imports are 8,000 crores. The very number, 8,000 crores of imports, can give you opportunity to all of you, to not only all of you, to every one of us throughout the country. So even if there are 1,000 new tool rooms come up, each one can have 8 crores of turnover out of that. And then by the time 1,000 crores get settled down, that number itself will go up. So you'll have a lot of scope to gain out of it. So exports stood at 1,900 crores. Out of that, 350 crores for sheet metal dies, 700 crores for plastic molds, 550 die casting dies, 300 crores jigs and fixtures. And in the imports of 8,100 crores, 2,100 crores is for sheet metal dies, 3,000 crores is for plastic molds, 2,000 crores is for die casting dies, 900 crores is for jigs and fixtures. So this was the breakup. I should have given one more slide, but then I thought number of slides would be more. We'll send you some. Perhaps we can send you entire, we have about 100 pages which came from TAGMA office, in fact. That entire thing can be forwarded. Next one. Yeah, the demand trends. All of us know, so the new trend or new talk is EVs. So EVs are creating a good market for sheet metal, everything, jigs and fixtures, plastic molds, everything. And lightweighting, not only in every segment, lightweighting is going on to save on the polymers, to save on the cost. Even if you take small toothpaste cap, people talk about it is 1 gram, why not you make it as 0.9 gram or 0.8 gram. So such is the, and in fact, series also keeps getting alternate systems, new alternate systems for that. So, and new sectors, lightweighting and other new sectors would also drive the demand. So automotive remains the key sector, which is about a contributor of 60% of the total demand. So whatever change, whatever plus minus happens, up and down happens in auto sector, so that would affect the tooling field drastically. So demand in aerospace, defense and medical is just started. It is just picked up. In fact, most of the people, if I have to talk just about medical equipment, not many people go to the Indian tool makers because they are afraid of developing the capability in India. So that's very bad actually. They go abroad because they don't want to have Indian tool makers capability, so that competitors can go to, competitor can come to know that, okay, where is that HDM, right? Not HDM, HMD. If HMD goes to, for example, Vasanta, then HMD's competitor would come to know that, okay, where from HMD got the mold? From Vasanta. So that competitor can go to Vasanta and get the mold done. This HMD doesn't want. So this is not only in medical, in fact in writing instruments also. We use so much of writing instruments. How many molds we are making in India? Maybe not even 20%. So everything comes from Korea and China. Series must be knowing. Yeah. So, but one day it has to change. Now perhaps it will change because people are not opting to travel to overseas, especially China and all that, even the import restrictions, maybe anti-dumping duty, all that. Confidential. Yeah, but then again, toolmaker also, for example, for toolmaker, what is the happiest thing if he gets a repeat order? So, ethics will keep it aside. Oh, I got a repeat order, so let me twist it a little bit here and there, and then write it. Yeah. So, but when enters into a serious agreement, then one cannot do it. So. But now aerospace and defense may also open up. So earlier you have been reading in the papers, like HAL used to make not even one helicopter in 1 year or 2 years. Now the numbers have gone up per month itself. So they are talking per month some numbers now. So it's like that. Yeah. It's all because of the push from government of India. So, and defense also, you have to say, all of you know, I mean, what we have done in Operation Sindoor. So all that. So all these things will definitely give way for new developments in sheet metal, plastic molds, and even jigs fixtures, die casting dies. Die casting dies could be a little less because, but they can be. I mean, magnesium is lightweight, so there can be different things, new things in that sector. But plastic molds continues to be the largest segment due to high demand from multiple end-use segments. As you know, I mean, plastic offers a lot of advantages. So whatever bad talk goes on in the market or in the high-level meetings, that's all about flexible packaging. It's not on the rigid plastics. So rigid plastics still offers lots of advantages. No material can offer such advantages the way the rigid plastic material can offer. And that's how plastic molds continue to dominate this mold making, tool making segment, I can say. And passenger vehicle industry, again, introduction of new models and subsequent upgrades or enhancements due to shortened product life. Earlier, perhaps Maruti used to launch one model in maybe 3-4 years or 2-3 years. Then they launched new. So now every year they launch 3-4 models. So it's like that. So that creates lots of demand for every tool, mold, die, and everything. So, and in the consumer appliances, similarly, in the consumer appliances also, the new models, etc. In fact, there's one new entrant, Liverpool, I don't know how do I pronounce, but the German white goods manufacturer is also entering into India. So, consumer appliances can also offer lots of tool making requirement. So, yeah, next slide. So the technology trends, that was by market trends. So this is by technology trends. Any kind of say any disruptive technology or any path-breaking new technologies can offer or create a lot of opportunity in the tooling industry again. Like the way we have been seeing, EV is creating a lot of demand. Just now we discussed that. So, like plastic molds, aluminum forgings, aluminum die casting, sheet metal. In fact, maybe because of EV, sheet metal would have come down a little bit. Even the die casting would have come down a little bit. But plastics remained almost same, or it has gone up a little bit compared to an IC engine car vehicle. So, high integrity structural parts and alternative materials, HSS and UHSS, ultra high structural parts, means if any of you had seen some videos on YouTube, say Tesla company or even Mahindra has come up with a beautiful factory near Nashik, huge factory and with lots of automation. So it's mind-blowing activity because they can directly take a sheet, forget about making small parts and spot welding it. Take a big sheet and then make some small pockets here and there, and then that entire sheet is pressed. And it's totally different thinking altogether. It's not a conventional way of thinking. Maybe that's how Elon Musk can create such things. So maybe he could have started there. So, but they do different kind of funny things, and so all such things can create a lot of opportunity for tool making and die making and all that stuff. Even picturing, all those part making calls for lots of picture and pictures. Even if you use robotics also, you need to picture it. You need to hold it properly, then you can weld it. Increase in facelifts and new designs are expected to create demand. This they already discussed, and demand from developing sectors rising with government of India is pushing to localize the production with the initiatives like Make in India. All of you know Make in India. But apart from that, not only Make in India, in fact, either little bit informally or formally, they are informing the customers. Maybe big, say for example, Maruti. You cannot import the dyes or coatings or whatever. You need to develop the local capability, and you need to encourage the. They're giving that mandate to them. So yeah. So now, in fact, because of that mandate only, whatever little bit of briskness you see in the, especially in the automotive activity, automotive tool making activity, you see that now. So otherwise earlier there used to fully, if you talk about if you talk about pre-COVID, everybody is in China, that's all, happy. Yeah. So in a way it's good that COVID has come and then people stopped going there. So, and even the push from the government also is helping us, that now everybody is localizing. There's a push for localization. In fact, there's a mandate given, maybe perhaps government is collecting the statistics also. Nowadays they collect a lot of data, not like in earlier times. So they have every data in their computers. The Ministry of Commerce you call, the Ministry of Industries. So earlier, of course, if you want some paper, you never used to get any statistical data. So today you get that. So, next up. So the same thing I was talking, a mandate given to the customers. In fact, localization mandate given to our customers by the government, like be it tier 1, tier 2, or even the OEMs itself. So imports seems to be, as per the statistics, we don't know, but it might not have gone up, but they are in the days of stabilization now. And so Indian tool rooms need to develop capabilities to support the localization mandate. So we are saying now government is pushing for localization, but then are we ready? Are we ready? Do we have the capacities and capabilities to meet those requirements? So that's where this thing comes. What is our customer perspective? So he always says that, yes, I want to buy locally, but there's nobody who can make, say, 20 dice in 3 months or 20 dice in 6 months. And that is on the capacity and on the capability. There's nobody who can make, say, for example, a complex sheet metal die or a complex plastic mold. I'm talking only in terms of automotive now. So, whereas the packaging segment, of course, if we are there, we can make any complex stuff. So that's how now consumer is focusing on 3 pillars. He wants quality, cost, delivery. Along with you should have design capabilities, financing. You should have some financing muscle also. Means he will pay you after 6 months, he will pay you after 1 year. But then you should be able to sustain that period. So then infrastructural capabilities, you should have all the equipment, not all, at least the majority of the equipment in-house, so that his delivery schedule doesn't get affected, his quality doesn't get affected. But Indian tool rooms need to develop capabilities in all three key pillars again. So which is people, products and processes. Of course, people are very important. Today you can make a nice building and you can buy nice machines by taking the loan, etc. But without the people you cannot do anything. And we need to have good people and we need to take care of them. We need to train them. We need to upgrade their skills. Reskilling, upskilling, everything, all those things we need to do. But of course, it's not as easy as we speak, but then we have to have some strategy, etc. And the products. So the product line, the line of activity itself, which you choose, which you select, you should be cautious, and then wherever you are good at it, you should select such kind of a product and or line of activity. So processes, you should have a robust process within your product, whichever field you choose for manufacturing the sheet metal dies or molds or mixed mixtures, whatever you choose. But your internal processes should be robust, so that by process you get the quality. By process you are able to deliver the tool on time, and every other positive things out of the process should be done, not by just by chance or by luck. So benchmarking against global tooling industry's capabilities. India lags behind in terms of lead time, cost competitiveness, and developed capabilities. Lead time is always a problem here because we don't have the concept of tiered structure. Like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, you can go on like that until tier 10. Tier 10 is something like Shobna Colony, it's a small shop. Let's take him, treat him as tier 10. Then tier 10 should work for tier 9, tier 9 will work for tier 8, tier 8 will work for tier 7. But we don't have such mechanism here, unfortunately. So nobody paid good attention either from the industry side or from the OEM side, not from the government side. So from nowhere such initiative was taken earlier, and such concept itself is not there. If you go to say South Korea, Taiwan, China, and even in Europe. In Europe, vendor base, some of you would have visited some manufacturing companies, even if you had gone to say machine manufacturers. Long back, some 15 or 20 years back, I visited Rodas, you would have heard Rodas is the CNC milling machine. I visited them 20 years back, they are in North Germany, based on Hamburg. So they don't even remove one chip in the factory. So what they do in their factory or in their office, they design the machine and they assemble the machine. They test the machine, wiring, etc., electricals, and they assemble the spindle. They test the spindle vigorously. Then what about all the machine? In those days itself, 20 years back itself, as per the drawing, there is someone who can make it as per the drawing, right from your sheet guard, right from small putty. They will make and give it to you, and these guys, they simply put the screws and everything is in that. So such is the vendor base there, but we don't have even 10% of that in India. So today, for example, we get more orders sometimes. So can I go out and give it to somebody for say EDM or YEDM or anything? No, because I don't get the required quality. So for whatever reason, so he may have his own constraints. So sir, మీరు వచ్చారు బట్ ఒక నెల ఒక 2 days వచ్చారు మీరు నాకు ఫుల్ నెల ఎవరు లోడ్ ఇస్తారు ఓకే ఐ బై ఏ గుడ్ మషిన్ ఫ్రమ్ సే షామి YEDM I buy, but then you came here only for 2 days or 3 days or 1 week. What about the rest of the days? So everybody has got their own challenges, but then within the challenges we have to find our own place and then try to do something differently. So develop capabilities, yes, capability like day after day, we need to keep focusing on the new technologies, new areas where we can, where and how we can improve our technologies, etc. So that's one area. So now it's a consumer perspective. So what are customer feels again? So no, next one. Yeah, government initiatives. So in the past few years, at least if you talk about 10-15 years, what government has done in the past 10-15 years? The Ministry of Heavy Industry launched enhancement of competitiveness in capital goods sector. If some of you are from Bangalore side, you would know Tumkur got a machine tool, what do you call it? No, for machine tool manufacturing, they have got a big industrial estate. Pina may go down a little fragmented and all that, but Tumkur has got new estate. That village whom I don't know, but in the Tumkur district or Tumkur area. So it's a large area, maybe some 5,000-10,000 acres. I don't know. So such was the initiation, and it's some other places also they have come up with that. So then at least what happened is, you have all the machine tool manufacturing people there at one place, and then people can also live there, and it's little away from the main city of Bangalore, so people won't travel here, and then you have some ecosystem created there, so people live there and then work there and all that. So even if somebody changes, okay, maybe they can have some kind of understanding not to take the people, but even attrition rate can be less, and even if they move from one industry to other industry, they are just within that estate or within that village or whatever. So for that, in 2014, central government has allocated 580 crores, 580 crores, and in 2022, about 1,200 crores only for this scheme. And this was successful, as I said, for centers of excellence, and in some places, CFCs,
common facility centers. So common facility centers have come up at some areas, especially in north. I think they used it. North and west, they have utilized this facility. When it came to south, even we were looking at some establishing something, but then it was stuck at land. So common facility center needs at least some 5 to 10 acres of land, and if I have to buy the land by paying say approximately minimum you need 2.5 crores per acre, and for 10 acres 25 crores if you pay for the land, and if you pay another 25 crores for the building, for example, so 50 crores down in land and building, so nothing can be viable by spending such amounts. So then like we almost withdrawn and went back, but still it's on our agenda. And Ministry of Commerce encourages you by giving you the concession. Like this is an old scheme, but still it is getting continued. EPCG scheme, Export Promotion Capital Works, means you can. Scheme is called like that, but you need not export. But if you don't export, then you need to pay a little bit of penalty. If you export, it's fine. Basically, what it says is you can import sophisticated equipment, a good, say, good 3-axis or 5-axis machine, by not paying any duties, any customs while importing. But then you need to enter into an agreement within 7 years, 5 times of the value of the machine or something, you need to export. If you don't export also for 1 or 2 years, no problem. But then after that, then demand notice will come to you, of course. But at least you have that 7 years of gestation period where you have some money available at your pocket, so for your disposal. And MSME has some small schemes like reimbursement of fee for certifications and overseas exhibitions. If you attend if you exhibit at any overseas exhibitions like 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs rupees, they reimburse that amount. So due to these small interventions and then the above schemes which were initiated by the government of India, some exports, capability went up little bit, that's what the report says, and the exports also increased, it says. So next slide. Yeah, so all of you must be waiting for this slide. So no sir, we have lots of challenges. Yes, all of us have challenges. So we have challenges in many ways. Not in one way, in many ways we have challenges. So the very first challenge it comes from the finance. So finance is, in fact, sometimes when I introduce my company for the first time to some of my customers and friends, in '89, can somebody guess what was the interest rate? 15. So there used to be an organization called APSFC. AP state, in those days it was AP, no? So State Finance Corporation, which means it's a government, semi-government kind of, and it is supposed to lend the money at the interest rates lower than the banks, which was 21% in 1989. We borrowed a loan of 10 or 11 lakh rupees in those days after going around that office for 8 to 9 months, and loan we got it at 21% interest rate. So which industry can sustain? But those days were like that. Those were high inflation days. Like the way now. 89. So almost 36 years back I am talking. Maybe some of you were kids or even some of you might have gone on so many years. So yeah, and but those were the kind of high inflation days. Now even for example, we had most of you had seen 13%, 14%. After another 5 years, if you say 13-14%, your brother, younger brother would say, oh, 13 or 14%. It's like that. So now it has come to 5.5 is the repo rate. So actually they should give you at 6.5. Even 6 they should give you. But then, that time will come. So 6 or 6.5 perhaps we'll get. So it's a very good sign in fact. So yeah, that was on finance, and then on the HR, Yes, this is a big active, big point. In fact, anybody would like to discuss our debate. We don't get the people like even the institute, this institute where we are sitting itself, whether the boy going out of this institute, is he industry ready? So can I use him directly? Can I put him on the machine? No, for whatever reason. So I don't want to get into that. For whatever reason, either he is not interested, or whether the curriculum doesn't permit, or whether the system itself doesn't permit, for whatever reason, we have to train him again for 1 year or 2 years. Then only he will start walking. But then sometimes when he learns walking, he can also walk out. So, yes. So that risk is also there, but then there is no other goal. So natural scenario, right? So yeah. So we have to live with it. But again, within that we have to keep working. So what can retain him? How to retain him? Yeah, normally not, because so, but normally they won't get satisfaction if they go into other area. They'll be moving within this segment. So, see, in fact, this point I would have spoken little later, but after all these difficulties, why tool makers are still in tool making field? Because the kind of satisfaction you get after working for 3 months, when you see the sample, you forget all the effort, all the hard work which you had put in for those 3 months until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night. So all that you forget and go happily and sleep, and then all that gets regenerated in your kind of body or whatever. So that's all. And apart from that, we don't know anything else. So we studied this, we had to do this. So that's how even my story started. Even for me, I have better newer challenges. So,
Even now you see the plan.
yes. So we keep doing something new. When we test that and then our idea work, concept work, then you get some kick. So that kick is more valuable. It's like that. Yeah, so it's a catch-22. So somebody may say, I don't have money to start in a big way or in a decent way. Then somebody may say, no, you put up the facility, I'll give you the orders. And the banker always, we keep saying that wherever it is raining, he will go with an umbrella. So wherever it's, if somebody is in hot sun, he will not take the umbrella there. So it's like that. So it means to moneyed people only, they will give the money. Because they are always worried about their returns, principal. So whether money comes back or not, okay, I don't mind giving him, but then will it come back? Will he be successful? Will he pay me back? So that's the situation. Even we used to, let me tell you some stories. Just the Andhra Bank in Balanagar, just opposite CIPET. Initially we were banking with them. For few days, he was not even ready to open the account. So, sir, why sir? No, we don't have enough staff. But only one account, no? So that was just the reason. Because then we have to do a lot of things. So we need to do a lot of testing. We need to visit them some 10 times, 20 times. Then finally we will say, okay, I'll just open an account. Then let us see how you operate that is and all that. So likewise, so right from the beginning, so you have problem even to open an account. Today it's different. So today, like when we are doing well, so every fellow, once in a month, or I would say even once in 2 weeks, one fellow would come and say, we want you to be in our bank. Means we want your account to be in our bank. So whenever you see a rich person, banker would be there. But whenever you see a poor person, so banker will not be there. So at the same time, I'm not saying I'm rich, but then we are big now. So you are saying I should not say that.
Rich in experience.
Yeah. And again, another problem what we have is overseas, they get at 1%, 1.5%. 2%. In fact, now it has gone up little bit. In the past 1 year, it has gone up in overseas also. But otherwise, in Japan, you had negative interest rates. You know that? Means if you want to put some money in the bank, you have to pay them. Not that they will pay you. So if you want to put some money in so they had so much of money, no, we don't want your money. No, keep your money, I'll pay you something. Keep my money, I'll pay you something. It's like that. So such was the trend. Means then for the needy people, they would give it at 1%. Yes, when he's getting at 0%, or he is getting money from that person also, he is getting money from this person also. And he is just giving, like exchanging the money from here to here. Like this, is the bank. So, but that trend in Europe, because of all this geopolitical situation, etc., that even there it is changing, where they are finding a lot of, their overheads have gone up suddenly, especially the power bill, etc., that everything has gone up. So, simultaneously interest rates have gone up. Now they are talking of 3%, 4%. In fact, we should be thankful to this government, our government. So we are at hopefully 6.5, and if they come to say 4 or 5, we are almost there. Just imagine like 1% and 13%, the 12% difference, and then today's position of say 1 or 2% difference. So they are bridging the gap. So in a way we are little bit. Yeah.
Vital point which I have was if they remove all these unnecessary subsidies to pull the voting back.
No, that
If they just
that's the local government. We'll come to that. We'll come to
If
that.
they, even not a local, even international, even national also it is there.
Compared to their size, what they give is very little.
What I'm trying to say, if they suppress that, automatically the interest rate, bank interest rate, everything will come down automatically. Because the government has enough money with them to encourage the banks also.
No, but whatever good work they have been doing, say, for past 10, 12 years, so all these things have happened, and that's how they could reduce the interest rate. Otherwise, it was never heard of. I mean, at least people who had seen 21%, can we imagine interest rate going down to 6% or 6.5%?
And that is like another one is the attitude of the customers, like the one which we have discussed, the Andhra Bank experience. Even now, if I walk into SBI Bank, they also feel the same experience with the SBI Bank. I don't know what kind of advantage they have. What is that they have conquered, I don't know. They feel as if they are on the top of the
No,
world.
but I was told.
As if we have taken some loan. Actually, our money is there with them.
You're right.
They are behaving vice versa.
But I was told that they have improved in their service and all.
Very few banks are there. Very few banks.
User friendly or client friendly or whatever you call it.
For example, one bank is there in Sainipuri. They are all different affiliates. There the banks are very polite. Other areas like Bharat.
That fellow will shout otherwise.
First write a letter, that's all. His posting will be transferred and he will be that phobia to go on, that attitude to go away, that's what.
You're right.
And that is cultivated.
No, they will change.
So the individual has to.
They will change. Now you see some change at least.
I'm sure.
So yeah, they have to. They are forced to. They will be forced to, or they are forced to change. They are changing. So like from your office or from your factory, you don't have to go to any bank today.
I am very happy about the young generation or the young team which is just popping up into the industry or the working area. I'm happy about their attitudes and their behavior. They are accepting. They are accepting everything and they are moving forward. They are open-minded, not like our parents or forefathers who are narrow-minded. They don't want to listen to others. What they say is final.
Yes.
Stop.
Yes. They feel they are talking with experience, and you are a boy, so you don't know. So let me guide you something.
That's how they.
Yeah. Just listen to me. That's all. Don't like that. So another important fact is the OEMs and Tier 1. They should take lead in supporting the industry, because even I attribute Vasanta's growth to companies like Unilever. They handled us. It's not that okay, they knew mold design, etc., and they taught us the mold design. It's not that. They said that, okay, you establish the capacity, we'll load you. You try to do this, we'll give you more orders. So things like that. So then with that confidence, we also went ahead and then we have taken some bold steps, and then that's how we are here. For example, if you are making say 5 boats per month, then we went up to 7, we went up to 10, and even that is not enough for us, you need to expand more, so things like that. And then we started exporting. So that way, these OEMs at tier 1, tier 2, they should always handhold us. And you should also look for some companies where you can develop some good close relation, so that they can assist you or help in case of any problem, in case of any trouble. Sometimes instead of giving, say, for example, I am saying, instead of giving 30% advance, they will give you 50% advance. Or after T0, instead of paying you 20%, they will pay you 40%. Because of the closeness, they see you closely. They say, this boy is good, this person is good, he is working hard to deliver the things and all that. So that's how you also need to develop the equation with them. But at the same time, for their own betterment, for their own good, they should develop small industries and tool making industries, etc. They should not import. In fact, today, by doing that, because Unilever, HUL did that, Hindustan Unilever, and what happened today? We don't allow anybody to import in the packaging line. You name the article, be it by injection or any kind of complex article, Vasanta makes it, nobody imports today. And we export such stuff. In the FMCG segment, nobody imports. There can be some imports like where somebody takes a decision in say US or in UK. UK in case of Unilever, US in case of P&G and some Switzerland, where people sit in the head office. They take a decision saying that, okay, let this company X make 3 molds, one for Germany, one for India, one for Indonesia. So such decisions are taken there, so such imports will happen. But otherwise, no imports, no Indian, a person sitting in the Indian office would dare to import, because we are available here. And anything to import from Germany or say any West, only basically 3-4 countries, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, like that, and some France and Italy. So they will be very expensive, even compared to Vasanta also. We are also little expensive, but compared to others also they will be double sometimes 60-70% expensive. So why will you import? Nobody would import. Because we have that capability here, we can deliver whatever he is looking for, especially in the complex mode sector, for the packaging sector. So today he is enjoying that advantage. Instead of spending, for example, say, instead of spending 50 crores, you may be spending 30 crores per year. Just because of few initiatives taken by one visionary, say 20 years back or 10 years back. So such should be the attitude, OEMs and tier 1, tier 2. They should think that they are developing the local capability for future. And they may have some problems, they should accommodate. This tool may not perform to 100% requirement, but then there is some adjustment, there will be some iterations on that. So one day that company X will get there, will attain that capability or the capacity to develop the tools. So next one. So these all difficulties also, many difficulties we talked about. Within this, there is again there is an opportunity to grow, opportunity to take. Everybody can have some small pie out of these big opportunities available. So Indian tool rooms are stuck in a loop of dependencies, as we said, as we discussed, limiting its development and betterment. High fixed cost affects the productivity of resources and profitability and resulting in lower working capital. So when you tend to spend more money on the resources and on the increasing the productivity, etc., automatically your money available for your working capital requirements comes down. Then the owner or the promoter, he has to leave the job and then start thinking about the finances. So that's where things go here and there, and then they become haywire kind of thing. So, and this cycle continues like this, and then that will lead to lack of capabilities. So basically this point talks about the requirement of the money, what is the importance of the money. But if someone can overcome this, and okay, some of you are entrepreneurs here. You should never take out the money from the industry, from your business. You take minimum salary, just the required salary only for your survival. After 10 or 20 years, you can enjoy your fruits. That's a different thing. But in the very beginning, like Delhi side, there's a saying, I mean, that guy, he will have just a Malgi, you know, no? Workshop kind of a thing. He will be doing something in Malgi, but outside there will be Audi 4 or whatever, a vehicle costing 2 crore rupees. So there it works. I mean, that's how they behave and that's how they believe in. They believe only in that concept. But here we don't have to. So whom do we want to show up? So today everybody has got. I mean, you go by your affordability. So the initial money, whatever you earn in the business, you keep putting it back into that, so that your interest burden comes down, and then you can increase, you can augment your capabilities by going for the new technologies, etc. And the banker also sees. I mean, they are not blind now. Again, their computers will talk about everything, which check is going where, and which 1 lakh rupees is going where. They can analyze everything. Yeah, everything. So they can come up with, I mean, they know everything of you, so more than you in fact. So it's like that. So by doing that, you get the goodwill from it, means they can support you well. And same thing as we discussed, you should win the confidence of the customer. So because there's a big market, even if you take small pie, 0.1%, 0.2% pie also, so that can start your cycle of growth. So that's what the slide says. Challenges?
The slide is over or still?
No.
Because one of the entrepreneurs who has invested some 2 lakhs, maybe 40 lakhs, he started a system. He had a 10 acre. Now that mold maker, he said with his words that he is competent enough to do the handle the work. Now with a small scale industry, company invested some 40 lakhs for the return button and everything. Started growing slowly, but they reached a stage where he invested something. Now that time maker is unable to deliver the kind of quality what the client needs or on the time delivery on that. Something is lacking in the training or the competency of the person who are being outgrown from the institutes like this.
The industry belongs to someone else invested and the time maker is going.
Yes. So that industry has to know how can another industry be dare enough to come?
But why did he invest in a Google?
Because when he was working with his hands on, he made some money. Good in this industry.
Investor.
I mean, because he was a molder, he was doing molding work. He did a lot of moldings. He did a couple of molds from Happy tooling and some other.
In fact, I have a slide. See, in any business today, for rich people, there's no problem. Means you can invest, professionals will run, either professionals will take it like this or they or make it float or whatever. So, but that's for the rich people. For a middle class person or even lower middle class person, etc., if you want to get into business or whatever, you should have the domain knowledge. That's a must. If you have the domain knowledge,
He has a domain, but not in mold making to the extent where he can do confidently on the job. But the molding, yes. Now he is climbing the ladder by getting into mold making also. Slowly, after 10 years of molding experience, he made some money, good money, which he invested 50% in the bank also. So people will dare to come. So one glitch which I was experiencing recent days, within weeks only. Now he is in such another guy, another diabetic. So what is happening is even the healthy training is something is lacking.
what is that?
Because if that is not there, every entrepreneur will get a hard picture.
The first point was that only industry ready training.
Yes.
So they are not industry ready.
How first the faculty is being scrutiny is happening. How that told that he is a
Faculty, let me be frank, they may have some systems, but if you go to any engineering college, there are hundreds of engineering colleges. Most of the lecturers, they are students from that same college who could not get job all over the place, and they come back and then they plead with somebody else, or even that college fellow is not able to find good lecturers. Okay, Amma, so that time. delegates to hear this, but unfortunately,
So luckily, no, they are here.
no, not there.
They will pass on this, no doubt about it. And I think it is live stream or something. Recording is happening. Somebody is.
No, other delegates.
Huh? And live stream YouTube is there. Post it to all the dignitaries. Let the people hear this. If all Indians, someone has stated that all Indians are like that, and people are not. Who should cultivate interest in this thing? Children are like a JSL. You can just mold them any way you want. Don't solidify them. If you solidify them, they will become like our elders.
See, actually, if they were here, I wanted to say that not only industry directors or industry secretaries, there should have been a secretary from education ministry also, state education ministry. He should also come and see what is happening in such institutes, and he can express his problems. He can express, talk about the way students behave here. Why that much? From my taluka or mandal, what I call it, from my mandal I brought some 20 students here, we sponsored, we put them here. In 6 months, out of 20 maybe what? When we come there, sir, so out of 20 perhaps only 3-4 boys were remaining. We brought them here, we paid their fee, we paid their hostel fee, we gave them books, everything. So only 4 or 5 people were remaining after 20.
Sir, imagine only this particular country is happening, sir. Because rest of things we don't have it control. Finance we don't have control. Government institutions we can't control. It is the bodies which are sitting here. Like for example, CIPET in charge.
No, what I'm trying to say is it is starting from there.
That's what, sir. How can we give proper education and make sure that the person is going out of this is at least competent enough and give an assurance 60% at least he gives the marks to the entrepreneur where he is working. That means his profit is not going under loss. Is what? If someone can ensure, then he will grow slowly, not fast. He should not sink. You should float. He may not reach heights.
It is actually the reverse pyramid, sir. You see, China, the engineer to polytechnic ratio is 1:1. Whereas in India it's reverse. You have 10 engineers for 1 polytechnic or 2 polytechnic. That is a problem because the engineer who studied graduation never come to the showroom or try to get into assembly or whatever things. So that I think there should be some cuts in the engineers to ITA ratio or engineers.
Now things may change little bit because from this academic year, I was just told by some of the colleges that people are looking at mechanical, electrical, civil branches. I mean, they wanted to close down those branches, but now again they want to have at least one section of each branch. In case of IT and other computer science, you have 4 sections, you have whatever ABCD or 1, 2, 3, 4 you have. So whereas in mechanical, civil and electrical, 4 subjects, again they want to continue, means the courses. Because one is that all this IT, you know, I mean, what is happening here and there, the AI, and then they lose their jobs, etc. All that, and then even the opportunities abroad, the effect, Trump effect, whatever you call it. So people are looking at core sector once again, but it's good if they can look at it, and then if some core sector people come out again.
The syllabus started updated from past.
No, they are doing now. AICT is insisting on that. They are doing.
On this issue, I want to just add something. You see, always skill development is a very important area for the production control and improvement as a whole. And responsibility again, whether the institution or industry is responsible, that is different part. But at the end of the day, we have to see that we should nurture the skill in a different level. That's why industry and institute interface should be strengthened. As such, you will see, like it's like CIPET or CIPET or anywhere, that's it. 3 years course and 4 years courses are there, and there are standard curriculums are there, and the students are being taught and they are getting job. Now question comes, if a particular industry or sector is there, whether they are getting the required skilled people or not, that's a big question mark, and always there is a gap between the institute's deliverables and industry's expectations. But what is my personal suggestion, because I was heading an institute at Agra, I'm an electric technologist. there is a Central Computer Training Institute. Always these questions are coming into the picture. So many brainstorming sessions have been also prepared. So similarly, in the same line, what I want to emphasize is that industry and institutes should come forward. There should be a collaboration, and you are knowing if you are recruiting some people, you means maybe at individual unit level or integrated in a cluster level, you know what type of people are required to operate particular machines or handling the technology. Then those people, group of people, let us say 10 to 15, smaller group people can be sent to the institute like this for customized course. You sit together, then you decide the curriculum, both the theoretical as well as your practical part, so it can be inducted. So that what will happen, you will get the customized people from this type of institute. Yeah, this is number one. And number two, you know that the Minister of Skill Development was developed in the Government of India, has developed MSD for this purpose. And there are many skill development centers are there, sector skill councils are there. But again, there are a lot of things has to be improved. That I also, you know, and we are very much aware of that. But now question comes, how the industry can get good people, skilled people, competent people. Then sir, you have to come forward. The industry should come forward and the institute should come forward. So there should be a collaboration. Then customized training program can be conducted either from the people, those who are undergoing certain training programs, or else you select some people, sent to this institute after 2 to 3 months or 5 months, that you know to obtain the required level of skill, but should be there. So it is very much higher. And if they are waiting for the institute should do, that will be quite long time, it will be very difficult also in the so this is my humble submission. Industry.
One point which I said, you said all the valid points. You said what industry needs is already, these kind of institutes already know it, right? Because they are already doing the commercial business also, they are doing it. They are already making dice, so they know how the industry, die making industry works. Because they themselves are doing it by their hands. So they know it very well. It's only about the process which has to be established with the right faculty in place, who is passionate about what he is trying to do. Don't hire unnecessary, unpassionate people. If is some, because we are all forced by our parents, I know that. That is why you are here. This system is still in the transition right now. Because now parents are giving liberty to children to choose what they want to do and let them go. Earlier it was not the case. They were forced to do what they dislike.
To some extent, the institutes may have some procedure of selection, but some of the institutes, the way I said now, if you talk about engineering college, that this, as I said, he's going around, if he's not getting any job, he's going back to his college and he's getting a job there. So what he
Even though he's not competent.
Yeah. So everything is happening. So the quality of the engineers is going down.
Sir, we have a brainstorming session. After the presentation. No, it's not, sorry, sir. After that, we can have a
Yeah.
Just to wake up for someone.
No.
Over his distance, wake up for someone.
Everyone is actually
Just eyes open and say, "Arey kya ho raha hai yahan pe?"
It is going live. Not worry.
People who are practicing browsing में हो सकते हैं.
Sir, we gave
Excited.
I came all the way from Chennai because
From Chennai you came?
I studied because during this it was an HOD for us. That mark of respect I thought my sir has died as head in CIPET Hyderabad. Why don't I come? I cried with my wife also.
No, you did say that you are from Chennai, but then I thought you were doing something in Hyderabad.
I came from Chennai all the way from Chennai. And in fact, it's really good that so many inputs and works 25,600 crores of business is there. People thinking of recession is to be killed. Right, positivity you are given.
You can see, sir has made the presentation and he distributed everything for everyone.
Okay. In fact, then you must be knowing Ravi. D. Ravi. One more D. Ravi. You are also D. Yeah. Because now he's not involved with TACMA, but earlier he was with TACMA. Another area of concentration can be the project management stuff. So that's very important, project management, informing the customers in the right way, at the right time. and giving the right information. So even we face that problem today, I mean, after so many years also. What customer says is, at least you tell me in advance. Whatever is there, that you tell me. But we don't tell them. And one day before or 2 days before, we say that your tool will be delayed by 2 weeks. So that fellow will learn. So he loses his cool. And then even next time he may not come to you. It's like that. So that
be transparent.
yeah. So that transparency or forthcomingness is not with us even today. We think that okay, we'll manage, and if we tell him now, he may cancel the order or he may shout at us. Instead of listening, he's shouting for 15 days. Let us hear his shouting at the end of the 15th day. So it's like that, but then it's not right. So project management is very crucial. Like we have a department, in fact. We have almost in both the plants of both board approximately about 70 project engineers we have. But still we face challenges. So this is another area where any of your budding entrepreneurs should focus. Next slide, Amma. So what government of India should do? So yeah. It's very crucial because who else can come into rescue of the industry? So that only they have to come. But this industry, this government, without making too much of noise, they have been supporting this way, that way. It's like below. Yeah. They have, yeah, central government. Whenever I say government, it's central government. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So again, in fact, there was so much of drive for the CFCs. Even I attended some of the meetings by going to Delhi, MSME ministry, because I wanted to have one CFC here, around Hyderabad, or little away from Hyderabad. But then
there is one CFC is common Chennai.
Chennai?
Yeah.
I believe they also had big center for 3D printing and all that.
They already have it. Another one is establishing along with this Dassault system where they have this advanced manufacturing. They have it. Basically, for the building and land has been leased out by the government to this CFC under the subsidized funds.
That's right. So that's a nice thing to happen. So at least on the land is not spending.
It is a 100 crore CFC, but
now they have invested close to 30 crores and they still have 70 crores which needs to be done. Yeah.
If land can be given by the local government, so one can go ahead.
That's anything. Because if you have to have a sustainable CFC, you cannot have land and building at
that's what
cost.
As I said about 10-15 minutes back. Because of that only I went back on that. Otherwise,
I think you can persuade, sir, because we have an example in Chennai that you could take up this example and take it to the government of Andhra and
another thing they can do is, okay, I mean, this is a long-term view, but they can establish some kind of tool-making hubs closer to the automotive hub or whatever, where our customers are existing, closer to them, or any SCZ, special SCZ kind of a thing, EOUs kind of a thing. So all this can come from the government of India. If there's a good representation, this current ministry or ministers, they hear what we say. If you talk about Piyush Goyal, if you talk about Nirmala Sitharaman, all this, they understand what we talk. Earlier, so there was no hearing only. At least now there is a ear to hear. So it's like that. Yeah, next slide. I think this we already discussed imperatives for the OEMs and Tier 1. So they should prioritize their localization efforts and align Tier 1 suppliers to strengthen the tooling ecosystem. See, they are the ones who will enjoy. Once the local tool making capability develops, the local OEM and Tier 1 people are the ones who enjoy the facilities. But then, when they want to gain that advantage, they should handhold the industry, as I said earlier. They should contribute. Then only ecosystem can develop. In fact, when I was the president of TAGMA also, we used to go to many industries, right? From Maruti to Mahindra, everywhere. So you tell us what we need to do, but you should handhold us. So you tell your requirement, and then we'll align to your requirement, and we'll identify the manufacturers, etc. So all that we did, but then so we have to put a lot of effort. So which, being an entrepreneur again, it's not possible. So that's how we started some activities, but then after our term, those were not taken forward. It was like that. So early supplier, he is talking about concurrent engineering or early supplier involvement. So in China, in fact, they talk about concurrent engineering. So as the OEM is designing his product, he is involving Tier 1. Tier 1 is involving tool maker or the mold maker. So similarly, if they can involve us in our FMCG segment, we call it as early supplier involvement. So while designing the product, if we can involve the supplier, then we will tell them, no, don't design like this. Tool becomes complex, or tool cannot be made like this. So you make this change, or you give us the drawing, we will make the changes, etc. So that can give very good advantage to both, to the mold maker, the tool maker, and also the OEM. So that's one point we keep talking about this issue. And OEM should define their deliverables. I mean, what is that they are expecting? You cannot say that I want like this, I want like this. So yeah, you cannot put it in just oral words. It has to be on a paper, on a measurable platform. You should say, I want this dimension, I want to use this material, this MFI or this brand or whatever. And then you can do SIM technologies or whatever, all that. And then whatever dimension comes, it comes, otherwise we need to tweak the tool. But then you cannot say, no, I want little tight, I want little loose. It should not come out, it should fit easily. So one cannot go by those. Not only that, you cannot define. Easily it should go means what? You say that I want 20.2 plus minus 0.1 I want. Then it's for the tool maker to deliver that. He has to deliver that. So because these are not defined, deliverables are not defined properly, most of the tool makers, most of you might have seen, tool lies in the tool room for 1 year, sometimes 2 years. Some of you might have observed. In automotive also sometimes. Earlier, in fact, nowadays, their product launching times have reduced, but earlier their product launching time used to be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So tool after P0, it used to lie there for 1 year, 2 years. So same thing. And not only that, he has to get 10 parts from different 10 tool makers, and those 10 parts have to get assembled together. He will have a problem in some other item, but he will correct it in this item. So things like that. So now maybe they would have improved a little bit because we don't make too much into automotive. It is still there. So that's what. That is because your deliverables are not defined properly. You only say that I want this dimension. I am not responsible whether it's clicking or it's not clicking, or whether it's calling for 10 kg force or 5 kg force. What way I am responsible? They will say it's not functioning. So that's where that responsibility also lies on OEM. Or they should pay you. Okay, I need these iterations. You need to correct my mold, I'll pay you whatever. This much of money I'll pay you, you correct. So, TAGMA, of course, is an association. Nothing much can do, but then TAGMA is trying to do something always. So we do conduct some seminars so that knowledge can be disseminated among the members, even among the industry. So a lot of delegates come. We conduct one international tooling summit every year. This time in August it is being held in Pune. So about 500-600 delegates come there. It's a 2-day event. lot of good tool, people having knowledge in tooling, they speak there. A lot of group discussions, etc., debates keep happening. And so, among the tool makers, what we try to do is, like I said, if I give you 10 molds, can you make it? Mark is to say, for example. Yes, then we'll align 3-4 people. We used to speak to 3-4 people also. So that was initiated in those days. Cluster kind of a thing. So, unfortunately, that cluster concept may be at one or two places existing to small extent, whereas this is existing in a big way in Taiwan, South Korea, and China. Yeah. So that guy takes 20 tools order, he will give 15 people to others and 5 modes he will make. So that those 15 and 5, 20 will there. Yeah, here it's not there. And when we were speaking to the members like that, they say, sir, after 6 months he will go and he'll go and approach the customer. So it happened. Ethical code is missing. Yeah, we tried to, in fact, become a. We tried to come out with an ethical paper also. I mean, ethical code paper. Also, there we defined all these payment terms, this kind of ethics you should maintain, all that we have. But there it's not happening. Why means every tool maker is busy there. So they are loaded because they export to they meet global requirement. They export to say almost 100 countries. We may be exporting to say maybe 10-20 countries, not even that. So they export to 100 countries. So everybody is loaded. It doesn't have to like poke into other neighbors' customers list.
This is quite it's almost very kind of scenario in India. Most of us are ordered with orders.
Yeah.
The only thing is there is shortage of manpower, especially this particular.
Yeah, no manpower. Yeah, manpower is
Right from the top, OEM till to the lowest level, everybody is doing the same.
Manpower is. Next slide up. So some of you may be knowing this slide. So Tim Cook, in fact, when he came to India also, I believe he said this. But in one of the interviews in US, he said this. Like in the interview, people were asking him, so China doesn't have good skill, etc. Why Apple is going there? In 2017, he said this. The tooling skill is very deep in China. And even today, not only today, almost for past 10-15 years, they are at different levels. Whatever stories we used to hear earlier, like 10-15 years back, they are no more than China. So there are many tool rooms who can give you a very high quality. They are expensive. Again, high quality tool makers are expensive. But we cannot say that no, they are cheap mold makers or it's a cheap country kind of, we keep saying. It's no more. And they have high skills, and not only high skills, numbers. If for example, if my factory has got 5 good tool makers, they will not have 5, they will have 20 tool makers. So if one tool has to be made within 1 month, they will make it within 1 month, like that. So they have numbers, they have skill, they have size, means number of machines, dedication, everything to, I mean, what is required for a tool making industry. So what he says is in the US, if he has to call for a meeting of tooling engineers, one big conference room is good enough. But the same thing if he has to do in China, he needs multiple football grounds, he says. So means there's so many tool makers, die makers in China, but whereas even in a country like US or even a country like India, how many? Maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 a year? Like that. But then it's chicken and egg story. So somebody may say, I need load.
Like all the companies have a target of 100 crores, 200 crores. Year on year, some 10% or 12% growth. I think institutions like CIPET or they should have keep increasing this year on year. So last quarter, people who are heading the institution to be like, I should add every year 15% or 20%. So that has to be a mandate. So that's how things will work. Something has to be stopped.
And another thing which I observed is bare hands. They want to directly jump onto the board, top board. That is the attitude. I don't know why that has come or why, how come maybe the parents are motivated or I don't know, because children are in so someone senior only would have guided them, shown them right.
So that's what
Go in the direction, go in the direction.
It's starting from home also in some cases. And Chaitanya and Narayana is contributing their own. There's quite the humanity itself.
I was just speaking to some of the people here.
They don't have any playgrounds only, they don't have anything there.
No lab, nothing. In a such hall, they will make 2 rooms. In each room, they will put 100 people. The fellow will not have space to move also.
This answer was given by the senior most people in Polytechnic training institutes who are about 65 something years age group. They said these are the institutes which are pulling the real creamy people to that area. They are all white collar jobs. They don't want to make their hands dirty. Without making dirty, how can you learn anything? Without putting your foot on the soil, how can you know about agriculture?
So right from childhood, he was not taught like that.
I was lucky that my son actually asked me a question when he was in the 10th. He said, Papa, I want to do diploma rather than BTech. Because I will have a practical experience, then I will do BTech.
I have one example in my son also, sir. He completed plus 2 he completed, after plus 2 he went into computer science. I said, why are you going to computer science? You are going to computer mechanical. Sir, I know I manage mechanical. I don't want mechanical, I want to go to computer science. After completing 4 years and he went to one internship and said, Dad, I want to talk something serious. I said, what? Please don't give me lecture. Fight. What? Dad, what is the computer for 8 hours? I die soon. Please, I don't want to see that. I felt very happy inside. So what are you going to do? Teach me something in manufacturing and software. Fine, good. The things that happen, the thing is we should adapt to the Gen Z things. That's all we.
So it's 6:30. I have a call to attend. So what we'll do is next slides are all about Vasanta. So yeah, 2 things I would like to tell back about Vasanta. So next slide. Few years back, we came up with this tagline: if you want to make any rigid plastic, it has to start with a mold. So next one. So it's a family-owned business since '89, and entire group companies focus only on injection molding industry. So philosophy has been high quality and faster delivery, and better service to the customers. Next one. All the units are ISO certified, and some of them are 13485 certified, and we have built more than 4,000 molds. Now we are completing almost 36 years. We have employees, tool making alone, we have 800 plus employees. Injection molding is separate. So of course it's a big number. To some of my European customers, I lie in fact. So I say 400, 500, because if I say 800, you are inefficient fellow. What 800 will do in your factory? Those guys work with 50 people, 60 people. Our European toolmaker works with 67 people, they make 60 molds in a year. Nice molds, good molds. Everybody is happy. Why do you need 800 people? Which means you are inefficient. So depending on the person, I try to lie there. Normally I don't lie, but I lie there. And countries we export to are about 40 plus countries we export to, and our capacity is about, based on the cavitation, we make 300 plus molds, 6,000 cavities approximately.
One day.
Almost. But in some years we make 250 also. There are years where we made 330 also. So 250 on an average. And we have 400 plus happy customers. And most of them are blue chip clients, multinationals, big companies. Next up. Yeah, these are the group companies. Vasanta Tool Crafts, which is based in Hyderabad, having 3 branches. And BTW is our Austrian tool making company. Replace Solution is a small team sitting in South Germany, just 4 people. But when they receive an RFQ, they look at the RFQ and they decide the concept, and then they decide whether the tool should be made at BTW Austria or it should be made in BPC Hyderabad. And subway automation is again, we recently started 1 year back. This is for developing the automation, especially like when we make 2-3 items, plastic items, and then we want to assemble them. So this subway automation comes into picture. Now we have a team of about 10 people in Austria. This is a separate company in a rented premises, whereas BTW is a greenfield factory. We bought the land, constructed the building, built it during the COVID time. So I'll show you the video of that. Renko Plastics is where Mahmood is working. It's our 25-year-old company now, and we do some contract manufacturing and then also some job working. That has what, Mahmood, 300 people on roll, and then there are daily wage laborers who are doing that. Then Optimum Global is just before COVID. Of course, during COVID time we couldn't do much. We started MIM division, small MIM division, metal injection molding. So then after watching it for 3-4 years now, post-COVID, then we entered into a small JV with a company called Optimum in USA. It belongs to a group called, then we named it as Optimum Global, where 60% is owned by Vasanta and 40% is owned by Optimum US. So our market segments are 70% packaging and 20% healthcare, about 10% the industry. But can you go back? When we say packaging, we do a lot of things in packaging. Again, most of the things we brought into India for the first time. So be it bicolor using all the technologies. We call them as pour back, rotary and tube, and lift and rotate for the toothbrush. Like you inject one color to lift and then rotate and inject a second color. So all these technologies, we brought them for the first time into India. In fact, people don't import anymore. When they have such requirements, they come to us, but they don't import. And of course, by looking at us, some other few tool makers also develop that capability. That's fine. So, and then we keep making. Most of the molds are with fully autonomous, and most of them are valve gated. Our customers themselves are preferring valve gated molds, and most of them are again high cavitation, minimum like 16 and above. So we keep making 8-4 also. And we keep making a lot of R&D molds, single cavity, one cavity proto, and pilots of 2 cavity, 4 cavity, etc. All that. And then we also try to achieve a shorter cycle time by, we have our own laser sintering machine from EOS Germany that we have for past 10 years, and that was becoming old, so recently we bought another one. And we use it extensively, especially for the molds where it's difficult to send the water closer to the component. And in some of the components we have seen real good results. I mean, we could bring down the cycle time by 30%. But any simple or complex article, you can definitely show 10% of the reduction in the cycle time. But then you need to weigh whether 10% saving is better or that investment. At least for small cores, you need to spend about close to ₹1,00,000 extra per cavity. This much is your core. So you need to weigh the advantage and then the investment. But otherwise, it's a good technology. We have been using it for the past 10 years, and we also have in-house vacuum heat treatment and also vacuum nitriding today. And mold waste also. Earlier we used to get them done in Bangalore, but now for past 10 years we make our own mold wastes in-house. Most of the times we use stainless steel, imported stainless steel from a company called Eco Steel from USA. It's called the Royal Line. And we also buy from Saab and CIPET. Why? Sorry, stainless steel. Oh, sorry. Because it should not get rusted, no? What happens when you want to achieve lower cycle times? You tend to run the water at 12 degrees, 10 degrees like that. Then there can be condensation. Though you can have dehumidifiers and all that, but then still they can be rusting. And not only that, single digit. So 9, 10, 12 seconds. Yeah. 48 cavities. They run like, so when you run it at high speed and when you send the water like that, so more can sweat. these guys, you know, FMCG, big FMCGs, they don't want to have busting and all. Not only that, they want mold to perform at least say for 5-6 years. 4-5 million shots, they want the mold to run. And apart from that, say, between the PM, preventive maintenance, if preventive maintenance happens say once in 2 months, between these 2 months, mold should not supposed to stop. Only maybe somebody is not there, Sunday is stopping and then next day, Monday morning is coming and starting, that's it. But mold should not stop. So every day you may stop it for 5 minutes just to clean the parting line and apply some oil or grease. Sometimes even greases are not allowed to apply because component marks on the pillar. So then you can pick up the grease. So all such things. Then we use iron pillars where they are coated with pillar bushes and special bushing. So this doesn't call for any lubrication. No lubrication at all. So yeah, no lubrication. And then we also give a lot of coatings because when they run at this high speed, seals, score pins, detector pins, all this, they should not seize. So we give all special coatings from others. So we send them there and that takes 4 days only for coating. So this is the infrastructure. When in Europe, so the courier it goes in one day and that fellow takes 1 day and the next day it comes back. So there is a here, we have all these interns. That's the ecosystem. Next one. So we export about 65% by value, which is almost 2/3 by value, and 1/3 is domestic. Our molds are need about 40 to 50 tons. Right from the beginning. Next one. Yeah. So we have kind of within Vasanta we have percolated an attitude or thinking that okay, something has been done somewhere on this planet. We can also attempt and deliver it. So okay, we may not reach 100% of that level, but we can definitely deliver 90% of what they have done. So that's why we have coined this tagline that wherever I go, I keep saying that next time. Wherever I go that I keep saying that please do not import, make them in India. Whichever toolmaker. I mean, I don't say that you come to Vasanta. Whichever toolmaker, but then become Atma Nirbhar Bharat, which has been started by this government, current government. Yeah, this but those bosses are not there. So what's the use? In fact, I made that slide only for them. Anyway, but yeah, they should focus on skill development, vocational courses, tiered structure, vendor ecosystem, CFCs, land for CFCs. This point we have discussed. Visits to industrial areas. I mean, they should visit. When do they come? I have not seen industrial promotion officer or DIC's GM. In Telangana we have GM system. In Tamil Nadu and all, I don't know. But general managers. So I have not seen any general manager visiting our industrial area. So they are the one who, in fact, who should promote the industry. So they lack those sincere, hardworking, honest officers and education right from the school level. They should cultivate this kind of a thinking that work for the country, work for the homeland, etc. All that. So yeah, and this also I wanted to say cost per square meter of land. So but then, do you know how much we paid for our Austrian company? We paid 10 euros per square meter. In those days it was 80 rupees, 800 rupees per square meter. You don't even get in Himalayas in India. Good for nothing, Himalayas also you will not get. And they charged another 10 euros per square meter for laying half-kilometer road. They said we will be spending more, but at least you bear this much. And they gave us 4 acres of land. Our people would have gone there 4-5 times. They are locals in the same town. And I went to that office only once. And there was a kind of a red carpet. They treat you so well because you are creating the employment. Here there is no air.
This operation versus the SMT, the land with area of the India versus the population. In other countries, the area versus the population is so huge difference is there.
No, but still, see,
And moreover, we are agriculture country, sir. So land is
No,
a
but-
major asset for us.
So
It is still there. Land is happening.
it is totally off the track now. See, most of us, you should excuse me if I say something, but maybe you must be having 2 plots or 3 plots, or maybe thinking of having another plot if you have 1 plot. So why do you need 3 plots? One family only, you need only 1 plot. Why do you need 3 plots? Everybody is after the land, after the plot, after the plot, after the land. So then this is what is going to happen. Yeah. That fellow will not have any qualification. He is just second class fellow, but he will sell you 10 crore worth property. Next one. Yeah, this was for the budding entrepreneurs. So we already discussed domain knowledge is a must. You must have that passion to perform or take your thinking forward, whichever field you think. And these are no compromise there's no kind of no alternate for this. You can't say that I don't have this but I want to be successful. You cannot. There's no replacement for hard work, sincerity and grit. You need lot of determination because many times you may be, why did I come into this? I could have pressed the buttons like this somewhere. So things like that, but then next day morning you will be normal again. So after you have a good sleep. So then funds, of course, lot of times you will have different kinds of situations, funds, and but you will have lot of satisfaction when you see something good. And I already said most of them do because we know only this, so we keep doing this. And out of this, when you see the article, you get good satisfaction. And any of you can visit Vasanta, no problem. You can visit. Next one. This is the video on no. Back. Kindi gram. Kinda picture. Koncham kindi gram. Cursor. Yeah. This is the video of Vasanta Hyderabad.
Vasanta Tool Crafts Private Limited, an ISO 9001-2008 certified mold design and manufacturing company, is a one-stop shop solution provider. Established in the year 1989 in Hyderabad, India, with a backup of proven expertise and most sophisticated manufacturing setup, Vasanta has successfully designed and manufactured high-precision plastic injection molds. Vasanta has an excellent track record of building high cavitation and critical 101 class molds with some very challenging cycle time demands, and has been successful in aligning to the demanding requirements of customers across the globe. Vasanta Tool Crafts is the first mold-making setup to introduce conformal cooling design concept through its in-house laser sintering equipment in India. Vasanta has many firsts to its credit. First, to set up state-of-the-art automated robotic machining cell in entire Southeast Asia and vacuum heat treatment facility in-house. First in India to build 2 short turntable mold and cube molds. Our qualified tool design engineers and experienced CAD engineers collaborate and stimulate the real-time conditions on various design options to identify the right process and materials to achieve the desired levels of quality. The latest CAD/CAM workstations are integrated with high-end state-of-the-art CNC machines and automated robotic machining cell. This ensures cavity-to-cavity and mold-to-mold interchangeability of the inserts. To measure both steel and final plastic product with high degree of accuracy. The molds are tested in the right molding conditions to achieve optimum cycle times. The stringent quality process helps us to meet global standards. Vasanta Tool Crafts quality has been appreciated by customers from various geographical locations. Vasanta Tool Crafts currently caters to the FMCG segment in a major way, along with healthcare and consumer durable segments. Today, Vasanta Tool Craft is capable of delivering the products and services in the most efficient and meaningful manner, by which the customers get the best of the quality in a timely manner at the most competitive price as compared to any global tool room.
Next, these are molding shop where Mahmood works. In fact, this was taken in the very beginning, initial times. Air conditioned shop. This is our new metal injection molding. Next one. This video will show you some 6-7 molds. The first two molds are like for the same article. It's a rotary by injection mold. Then for the same article we did a cube mold because customer wanted more production. So the rotary mold was working at 12.7 seconds, 16 cavity, and the cube mold works at 7.5 seconds, 32 cavity on each face. You will see that. Kinda. Yeah. Cavity. This is a cube mold. It's running at 7.5, 32 cavity by injection. Stack mode, complex stack mode, weighing about 8 tons maybe or 6 tons. 8 tons. To save the time, they are showing you only 2 or 3 cycles. Otherwise, this will normally show 4 cycles. This mode ran 9 or 10 million shots in Turkey. The previous mode. This also, my mode runs this. This has already completed 9 million shots. on the videos, then we have one more video now. And I forgot to tell you nowadays, for past 2 years, we also started making, in fact, we became competitor to cities, but we started making our own autonomous. So, in a small way, we have supplied about 250 systems, approximately low cavitation, high cavitation, and about 1500 nozzles in the past 1.5 years. Highest being 64 cavity one system, but 48 cavity systems we made 5. Out of that, 3 are running again by Mahmood for past 1.5 or 2 years maybe, without any problem. So this video is now Austrian one, BTW. So I have to tell you this story in a short way. So back. So Vedamma, just hold it. Atle unchandi. Don't do it. So what happened actually, when exports started increasing, then for many years we have been exporting 50%, 40, 60, like that, 65% many years. Then we said we should have something in Europe, at least to maintain our modes for the service. So we should be closer to our customers. We were just thinking about that, and then we were going here and there also. But then there was one of our competitors in Austria by name KTW. In fact, it was owned by ASCII. So ASCII bought it in 2008 after from an owner like me. Then after running it for 10 years, they felt that this is not our cup of tea. I mean, different caps we have to make, only 8 cavities. ASCII is known for making preforms, 144 cavities, caps 144, like that. So the 8 cavities, 16 cavities, 24 cavities, flip-top closures, etc. was not fitting in their minds. Then they said, we'll get rid of this, we'll not sell this to anybody because they will take away our knowledge. So we'll dismantle this, ship the machines elsewhere, we'll ask the people to also go to other factories and join. Land building, we'll sell it to somebody. That's what they did, but then people said, we are born and brought up here, we are not going to go anywhere. So then 4 departmental heads came to Hyderabad. We know them because we used to meet at our competitors' place. At customers' place as competitors. They were our competitors. So the departmental heads came to Hyderabad and they spent 3 full days here. After studying the entire operations, etc., they said, yes, why not? We'll go ahead with Vasanta and Vasanta will finance the project. We were 80% owner and there were 4 people are 20% owners, 5% each. Even to half of their equity, we paid premium, means for their knowledge. They are carrying 20-25 years of knowledge in the same field. We paid that with some riders, means after paying 2.5%, they can't walk away within 6 months or 1 year. With all those conditions, we did that, and during just pre-COVID times, I visited 3-4 times to select the land. Then COVID came in. During COVID time, they made the plans. We used to discuss the plans on Teams call, and then even the equipment we decided on the Teams call. Equipment was ordered. Building was made during COVID time, and this came into existence in 2021. For past 4 years, it's going on flawlessly. So they have about 65 to 68 people now. They make close to, in Europe, 60-65 is a big number. So and what is that? They make about close to 60 molds, but high-end molds, high cavitation, stack molds, that all this. And they export to US, etc. Even they export to China. The Chinese guys don't want to buy from Vasanta India, obviously. So whatever quotations we gave, so they never want to buy from us. So we had a sales guy there for 2 years or 3 years. Sirish knows that fellow. So we spent a lot of money by establishing a small office. We could not even get one small one. But DCW does, they do. So they are okay from Europe, they are not okay from India. So yeah, now you can click at the bottom. Kinda. Thank you. once in 2 weeks or once in a week. But my son speaks to them every day. My son takes care of my son. And yeah, Mr. Sahu wanted me to speak about how I became an entrepreneur. So, very quick approach in 9 months. So, for some reason, right from my graduation days, because I used to see people suffer, especially from Reddy community. It's not that I'm kind of caste-based, biased or whatever, but there's people like wife is to work ladies, a lot of people do ladies. So wife is to do ladies and then husband is just looking and just looking here and there. Either he doesn't have a job or he doesn't want. So I used to see all these guys and then even the kind of troubles they go through. Then I used to just think within my mind, I said we should do something where jobs can be paid. So I never was, the public sector job or the government job was never in my mind while studying. I wanted to do PG and then I went to Siemens from there, from Delhi. Just I worked 1 year, but there again came back to Hyderabad because I was not from Hyderabad, I am from Nizam. To get local appointments, I came here, worked for 1 more year. After that, 8 months, 9 months around APSMC and then with 10 people we started Vasanta Kulkar, 4 basic machines, 1 small lathe, milling, grinding, 1 drilling and 1 EDA. So today we operate 4 plants here and 2 moving shops and 1 BTW there. Like more than 1,000. So it's all credit goes to my hardworking, dedicated team and then also blessings we got. People like you, friends like you. Sorry.
So thank you very much, sir. We are honored to have you share your insights and expertise with us today. Thank you very much for that. And I request.
Sir, thank you, sir. Your presence is really bliss for us. Actually, a person working for a success will make you a master, but working for a satisfaction will make you a legend. So, the satisfaction and the passion drives the person till the last breath. So, I am very happy to be the part of this and the RAM project to share your successful stories. Most of the people are from the tooling background. It is an inspiration for us to carry further. Thank you once again, sir, from our side. Thank you, sir.
Just to add a little thing, this week myself and Ravi sir went to Sir factory and we visited unit 3. What setup sir has shown, we are really thankful that sir himself has shown all the plans. We are really thankful, sir. And sir recalled 30 years back when he met Ravi sir, when we went over there and both were interaction. Sir remember even 30 years old. We are really happy sir. You have showed us all the facilities and we are really
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, on this occasion, I request our Principal Director Net to honor our Chief Guest of the day, Sri Dayanand Reddy Garu, Founder and Managing Director, Vasanta Group. I request you to honor him with a shawl and a small memento on behalf of CIPET. A small memento. It is an in-house memento. Thank you very much, sir.
It is a temple laga అనిపిస్తుంది.
Ram Mandir
It is Ram Mandir and
CIPET Hyderabad and
it is made in India.
Sir, it is made in-house.
Ram Mandira.
This is Ram Mandir and it's made in-house. Thank you very much, sir. And I request our Principal Director and Head, sir, to even honor Sri Sanatan Swami.
Sir presentation.
Okay, we'll have a group photograph.
First Bhaskar కదండి కొంచెం సైడ్కి వచ్చేయండి సైడ్కి వచ్చేయండి ప్రమోద్ రా
Hyderabad districts నుంచి ఎవరైనా తీసుకొచ్చాము 10 మంది అవార్డు ఇవ్వాలి. Those guys stayed only 2 or 3 or 4 years. So yeah, Telangana guys never work. I don't know. It's my experience. From Telangana there, factories, but for them like the very purpose.
The very purpose what you started not out. Actually, for those people from
Other people are retired. It's okay. So somebody is good.
Sir, please, please.
Okay, sir.
Please. 1 second, sir, please. Sir, it's on. Okay, sir, thank you.
Thank you all. I have a call, otherwise I would have spent some more time with you.
Sir, you have covered total benchmarking. Total benchmarking. We have covered everything. Please, solve this.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you, sir.
Madam, 5 minutes break, check 5 minutes.
Yeah, we have a break for 5 minutes before starting the other segment.
These 5 minutes are the presentation today.
Shri Sanatan Sahu, sir, Associate Director, Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, to give overview of the ramp program.
Respected G. Ravisha, Principal Director, Mohan, and the head of the CIPET, this organization, and dear participants and dignitaries from the industries. And I feel totally honored to be here in this orientation program to be conducted for the sectoral technological gaps benchmark study by CIPET under the RAM program. And after listening from Mr. Dayanand Reddy Sir, founder and managing director of Vasanta Group, it was really amazing and unbelievable. Rather, the benchmark study, what we are intending for, is a total encyclopedia, I can say that. So I have also taken many notes, and I am sure that you people have taken a lot of benefits out of this deliberation. And my presentation will be totally on the purpose why we are here and the RAM program in Telangana, and they are the project components, that is benchmark study of sectoral technological gaps in our tooling sector, dies and mold manufacturing sector, and what is expected from the respective ends and how we should go ahead. So I welcome you all for a quick presentation. I know that I am standing in between the dinner and the program itself, so I will try to make it quick as possible. Okay, next, madam. The RAM program, Raising and Accelerating of MSME Performance, is a central sector scheme funded by, supported by World Bank. About 6,000 crores projects, out of which about 65% is from World Bank and 35% from our government of India. The program was intended to create a very rejuvenative MSME ecosystem in the country. We all know that MSME sector plays a vital role for the socio-economic development of the country, both in terms of employment generation and substantially contributing to the GDP in the country. And we are also knowing that MSMEs are having several challenges, not only for their progress, growth, but survival even. And again, it is worth mentioning that, and everybody has experienced that COVID pandemic has a very serious impact on the MSME, both for the marketing as well as the financial constraints. And the RAM program was initiated to rejuvenate, to support the COVID resilience for MSMEs, being implemented by Ministry of MSME. We know that MSME, there are different factors, but very importantly, three things are very important. Number is our market, number two is finance, and number three is technology. These three things are very much pillar successful of our MSMEs. Not only that, the industry cooperation of the central government and state government through various schemes and programs is also very important to be strengthened. And with this core objective, the RAM program came into the picture. Now 33 states and union territories have taken the benefit of this, and our Telangana state is one of them. In the second phase, Telangana, next one, Telangana was selected, the SIP, Strategic Investment Plan, was prepared in the year 2022, and it was submitted, and it was, next slide please, and it was approved with 117.3 CR. Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana inaugurated this program during the launching of new industrial MSME policy of Telangana in 2020 September. Next, madam. There are 10 components, project components in this year. We'll very quickly go through by one. Number one is our consolidated MSME database. We know that many MSMEs are functioning in the state, but if one asks how many industries, how many MSMEs are functioning, the numbers will differ from person to person, organization to organization, agency to agency. No single digit can be set for the MSMEs number. And in the fact, all the efforts will be taken to integrate, to consolidate the total MSMEs functioning in the state. Already more 18 lakhs plus MSME informations have been collected from 17 different sources, and all these informations are being now consolidated. There are many duplications are there, so deduplication is going on, then validation will be there, then a good number can be arrived at how many MSMEs are functioning, so that it will create a good thing for the government of Telangana as well as the government of India to create some new industrial policies for the handholding promotion and handholding support for MSMEs. And not only that, the real-time information can also be captured, so that at any point of time people can understand how many MSMEs in which sector they are there. 72 different data points have been identified, like name of the organization, in which sector they are working in, what is their employment, what is their market, what is the investment, everything will be captured in one database so that we can do it. And second is EDC, Enterprise Development Centers at all DICs. We know that there are 33 DICs, District Energy Centers, are functioning in the state to promote the MSMEs in the state. And we also know that although DICs are meant for the promotion, they are also they are lacking with some support, infrastructure support as well as the manpower support. So under this component, it has been proposed to create 33 enterprise development centers in all DICs. That will work as the single focal point, and they will be taking care for the providing the consultant services to the existing as well as prospective entrepreneurs. Third one is it is being implemented by NIMSME. That NIMSME, you are knowing that National Institute for MSMEs, they are issued Goda. They are the organization who is implementing this. Third thing is that Center of Design Excellence. We know that technology is a very important area to be concerned for the industrial development, and IIT Hyderabad is implementing that component, establishment of a Center of Design Excellence. Here, 4 different areas of concerns are there. Number 1 is that the skill development as far as the design is concerned. Number 2, setting up new course curriculums, again on designing. Third is they will mentor the MSMEs, those who are really interested to develop their designs. And fourth one is there are many crafts are existing in the state of Telangana, but documentation has not been done, and commercialization and design inputs are also very important for that. So that's why craft documentation is a very important area which can be taken care of by this board, that is the Center of Design Excellence being implemented by IIT Hyderabad. And fourth component is import substitution, that we know that like already Shah was discussing, that many of the items are being imported even at present from the different countries, although we are having that capabilities. That's why this component is intending to identify the products which are being imported at present but having the sufficient potential to be manufactured in the MSME sector in the state. So here MSME import substitutions have to be identified, but 20 products has to be identified on this category, and how it can be manufactured by MSMEs, that has to be looked into. Number 5 is our TISCL, Telangana Industrial Health Clinic, the Government of Telangana Institute, which is providing the financial support to debt financing to the MSMEs, especially stressed units, those who are sick, those who are having the problem with their balance sheet. To mitigate the working capital requirement, TISCL is providing that. Here, the corporate fund provision has been given so that TISCL can extend the facilities to the stressed units. Next is 6. There are 2 components, 6A and 6B. 6A component is aimed at the study of the energy intensive organizations where the energy consumption is high and how energy consumption can be possible, and by creating lot of awareness. Not only that, after the creating the lot of awareness, those can be selected for adopting greening practices. Greening practices is having 3 things mainly. Number 1, wherever the energy consumption can be possible. Number 2, wherever the waste minimization is possible. And third one is wherever the carbon footprint reduction can be possible. So for this, for 2,000 units in 15 different sectors have to be identified, and they will be supported through different means so that they can be ready to adopt the greening practices. Number 7 is again, there are many SHGs are functioning in the state about 6 lakhs MSME SHGs are functioning both at rural districts as well as the urban districts, and many of them are women-led SHGs. At present, these SHGs are functioning to earn some income from the different sources, although they are having the capability for the MSME structure. So here, the project component is being intended to convert, to formalize the SHGs to the entrepreneurs, MSMEs, through robust training program and handholding support. About 1,500 SHGs with the 10 members each, that means 15,000 SHG members are being targeted to reach to this component. At the same time, 500 startups, those who are having the innovative ideas, new business ideas, sustainable business ideas, they have to be promoted under this component. And the ALIC is the implementing agency for this project component. Next is, we have Women Entrepreneurship Hub. Again, the government of Telangana organization. They are accelerating of women entrepreneurship. About 140 women-led startups have to be supported with handholding support to improve their capacity double within the period of 2 years. And we have the implementing agency. And the next one is MSME export champions. MSMEs are having the capacity to export, but somehow or other they are lacking with certain basic information, basic strength, or basic knowledge and in the domain. That's why this component intends to create export champions. And here 10 RBSM, reverse buyer seller meets, have to be organized under this component, and the TGTPC is the implementing agency for this. So 5 sectors have to be identified, on which 2 RBSMs have to be conducted in the state in these 5 sectors. So total 10 RBSMs have to be conducted, where the 20 international buyers have to be invited and about 50 potential MSMEs have to be identified. So those things are to be there, and our tooling sector and our mold and die making center can be one of them. So we have to take the matter with our TGTPC. How this sector can be selected at least for one RBS, conducted for one RBS. Next component is our component, that is benchmarking study for the sectorial technological gaps. And we know that technology is a very, very backbone for the not only for the growth of the industry, but for its sustainability, for its productivity improvement, and its overall growth to improve the competitiveness in the national as well as international perspective. And here are 2 organizations, one is of CIPET and of CIPET. Both the organizations have shouldered this responsibility to go for the benchmarking study. Madam, I will go to the directly last but one slide. Let me, we have got all the components, but there is no time. I will go to the last CIPET. Previous one, yes. Here, I will give little more time, like 5 to 7 minutes I want, and I need your attention for this. You see, we are working in a particular sector, and lot of challenges are there, and somehow or other we have started working, and we know that what technological level we are in, and also we know, or we are aware somehow or not, that what is happening in the state, in the country, as well in the international level. But we are not having that much time to make it understood, and it's very difficult to take the decisions as well. That's why under this component, it has been tried to study the present technological status. That is very important. At the outset, 10 different sectors have been identified by CIPET. Plastic and polymer is one sector, and our tooling, dyes and molds manufacturing sector, another sector, and there are another 8 sectors are there. So tooling and dyes and molds is one of the sector. So here, first of all, the current state of technology being used, being adopted
in the present MSMEs functioning in this sector has to be studied. That's why the CIPET has already identified or in the process of identifying about 50 MSMEs in this tooling sector. And the domain experts, a team, will be visiting to the respective individual industries and having the in-depth study about the current state of technology, what is going on now. After that, there will be a series of questions that it will be observed, it will be collected through interviews, and it will be some brainstorming will be there, so that we can understand what the current state of technology at present is being adopted. And after that, what will happen? Again, brainstorming session will be there about the critical areas. What are the critical areas or key important areas where the technological interventions are required? What is the possibility of advancement of technology? After that, some benchmarking study will be there. Benchmark study will be in two different ways. Number one, it will be a test of study. So researchers, the experts, they will sit to the computer. They are lot of sites are there, lot of different sources are there, which can be studied well, keeping that critical areas what has been summarized from the study of the in-depth study from the industries. Based upon that, what is happening in the country, even in the world, that will be studied. Not only that, a group of the people, domain experts, will be visiting some benchmarking units. Maybe in the state like our Basanta group or any industry in the state or even outside of the state. And I came to know that people are going to Pune from 15th to 18th for one sector. Similarly, you can tell us to suggest which area of the country can be visited, which clusters can be visited to understand the benchmark technology which is happening. I mean, better practices or advanced technology which can be adaptable for our tooling sector. So, group exposure visits to the industries, to the benchmark industries, the better practicing industries will be carried out to that extent. After that, a comprehensive report has to be prepared, and they have to suggest 3 tier of technologies based upon the cost-benefit analysis. Because one single technology is that has been studied may not be suitable for all type of industries, because there are different types: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, highly capital industries, high investment industries. Whatever is better possible, that may not be adaptable for the lower one, and vice versa. So that's why 3 tier of technological studies, I mean benchmarking studies will be suggested. So benchmarking study report will be prepared on that. Again, what study report has been prepared, those findings are also to be validated by the people. Which people? You the people, those who are really in the sector at present. And after the validation, then the report will be submitted to the government of Telangana under this project. CIPET. Yeah, CIPET.
Actually, we have a team, sir.
So this report has to be prepared by CIPET and it will be submitted to the government of Telangana. It is having 3 impacts. Number one, those industries, in particular sector has been selected, it will be an eye-opener, it will be a reference point for their challenges, so that it will be a handy material to follow in the respective industries, number one. Number two, it will be very much useful for the similar industries functioning in the state, even as well as the out of the state in the country. So it will be a very good document for the tooling sector. And third thing is very important, it will be used as a roadmap for the government of Telangana to think for the new set of interventions, new set of policy issues. Example, in our industrial policy, new industrial policy, there is a Jantram fund is there. If anybody is interested to adopt the advanced technology, certain subsidy systems are there. Similarly, government of Telangana is very proactive now to create SCFCs, common facility centers. So here in this report, the proposal of CFC also can be there with the different types of machinery equipment, and it will be very much instrumental for government of Telangana to take the decision. So it is a very holistic approach, and for your kind information, this particular project component is very much close to the our Director of Industries, and very closely we are observing. And we are very sure with the CIPET as well as the CIKD in our respective sectors. But benchmarking study report is coming out, it will be something unique, undoubtedly, and it will be a very good document for the industry of the state as well as for the outsiders industry. But it will not be so easy. Here, three things are very much important. Number one, you see, domain experts are there. They are the pioneers. So that very simply, it is observed that more than 90% of the present industry participants are from the alumni of this organization, CIPET, in this field. So that itself says what CIPET is. So the domain experts, especially I know that Sekhar Sahab and our Anjana Sarmaji, how keenly, how dedicatedly, how with passionate feelings they are in this field. And they will be doing that. 5 to 6 team members are there. They will be studying it, and they will put their total force on this, because this report will be there even another 20 years, 30 years, that we do not know. But the question comes, whenever they are visiting the industries, you the industry people, or the industry people, those who have been selected for the technical studies, is very important. Your close coordination is very much required. You have to share the information technologically. It is, other things may not be important, how which you may not be interested to discuss, that is different area. But as far as technological challenges are concerned, or what the scope of the improvement is there, and what are the basic things you feel or you face at present, those has to be discussed in detail, so that it will be captured in the real sense, so that benchmark study can be intended for. That's why your close coordination is very important. And number 3, that whenever and wherever this benchmark study is being organized at respective industries, respective clusters, or through our desktop studies, that is also an important area. Then both can be compared, so that cost-benefit analysis can be organized to understand which technology is suitable for our selected industry sector. And Government of Telangana is really very proactive through their new industrial development policy, and we can expect a very good impact of this study. And it depends on the combined effort of the implementing agency CIPET, the industry, as well as the government. And I am very much sure and optimistic that it will create a historic roadmap for all of us. Thank you. Thank you very much. If there is any question I can take.
What is the timeline for this report generation?
Sir,
actually, in our schedule, we have 2-3 sessions over there. One session was with Dr. Kiran sir, that CIPET activities. Since most of our CIPET students are online, we just kept that. The next is the benchmarking studies. Already benchmarking what we are looking, already Sao sir and Diamond Reddy sir has already shared. So I am now going to the presentation. The main thing is our team, we have a team in Guru department. We will be coming to your factory. We will visit you. We will see your facility. We will make a note. And what you want to upgrade also, you can tell to us in which field. So that same thing proposal will submit to them. In future, when we submit the proposal, government may help you to upgrade your manpower or in terms of technology. And the present what we are studying is some team we are taking, some group of members we are taking to Pune. Over there are some well established centers over there, some tourism sector is there. They will go there, they will study there, or they will make a note what facilities they have, what type of layout they have, what machineries they have. We'll come back here and we'll make a note and we'll give the concerned department. The main thing over here is we want to create a benchmark. What is a benchmark means? What facilities we have, what facilities, the advanced places we have. We are saying Pune is advanced. Why? Because they maybe they have been in the tooling sector for the last so many years. But I take back my words. Why? Because 2 days back when I visited Vasanta, myself and sir was sharing personally. Okay, we requested sir also that we will also form a team and we will see Vasanta. Whatever presentation sir was doing, right from mold place, even he took to this completed 3 floors building. We went to each and every floor, the ground floor, even heat treatment plant also he himself developed everything. So we requested him also from this our study also, we can take some few of our tour persons over there and we can form a study tour also, we can go over there. So mostly, and our only request with these workshops is that when we come to your factories or when we come to your site places over there, we want your cooperation. Means in terms of what facilities you have, what you are expecting, how you want to upgrade, whether in terms of automation or in terms of machinery or in terms of manpower, we'll make a note and we'll hope for the best. Because also, sir, Government of Telangana, this program is funded by Government of India and mostly from World Bank. World Bank is funding this. So the main thing is their concept is that from mini to micro, micro to medium, it is a concept over there. That was the main criteria over there. So this is the second sector. Already last time we did 2 sectors in polymer sector. This is the first workshop in tooling and die. So this is first time we are doing. Any next session also we are planning to do, most probably in Balnagar or any area. So we request your cooperation in terms of, and we want the information from you so that it will be helpful, so that we give complaints to report to the particular concerned department. And any doubts you can say, then I can cover the whole. Sector wise we have given time up to 2026. 2026. But within that only 2026, year 2026, within that only we want to go, and we have selected some 50 companies over there, benchmarking studies.
Actually, this is the second sector what we are doing it now. Like that another 8 sector, composites, electronics, like that. See, this is not only restricted to tooling. This one sector we will be studying it and we will be taking the inputs, what sort of technology if you build it, so that everybody can access with the minimum cost. Doing the conventional things and mold making, all these things, even not only in terms of technology, only in hardware, even software also. Maybe spending a lot of time to doing salary updations, all those things. If some common facility, somebody develops some software programs suitable to mold manufacturing sector, we can hire it at a lesser cost. Or we can make it in a plug and play mode in a common facility center where we can have a metal printing, CT scanning, scanners, all those things. Need not to worry about the design can be made with so many days. We can go there and we can use your equipment and we can use your own, develop yourself, and we can pick the things with minimal cost. Because those equipments are costly. What I said in R&D center, we have a setup of 30 crores there in Chennai. All the 3D printers are costing 3 to 4 crores, which we may not be able to do that. If we have one such type of system is there, we can, before going to the manufacturing of the mold, we can take the part and we can feel the part and we can assemble it. It may be almost 70 to 80% of the actual injection molded part. So we can freeze the design and just to close your eyes and we can go for the manufacturing. So that is the reason we do have a common facility center where it will not be useful for you, and not useful, it will not be for you to spend more money to buy such machines. You may be required to ascertain your design is correct or not. But that is major work in mold manufacturing. The design is right, then you can go for that. Even if a small correction of a groove has to be made, you have to build the material. Or somewhere we thought of putting it in Chennai, I could not able to do that. There is a robotic welding machines are there. Sir is talking about 8 tons, 50 tons mold, which cannot be taken. Laser welding and things. So we have a welding called laser. It will be fixed in the CNC machine head itself. So we can scan all those places where the screws and other things, break-on parts are there. That will be scanned and that will be converted into the G-codes. And this laser welding, just we can take the robot and from there itself we can drill the metal. And that can be machined there itself. To think of a mold making area, if such type of facilities are there, we don't require all the times mold has to be broken. But we have heavy insert which has that type of problems. Your entire profit is gone. So in such cases, you may not be having 10% work in the year time. But we can bravely we can make the mold with the confidence. Yes, something happened. I can bring that to my location and I can scan and I can make a model and I can build the metal and I can spark it and I can do that because we have the facility. Now for taking small core insert, we can go to the welder. If it is a bigger thing, So such type of facilities we are searching it. I am expecting you also to suggest such type of things so that it will not be a regular business but it will kill your business. Understood? When a big core insert is going out or cavity insert, it will last your to complete profit. So we are thinking in that way. Some common facility center, we thought of suggesting it. This study, we are doing it so that we will be getting such type of input. Even we can also search the Googles, whatever your line of activity, what can be done. That type of things. Even I can suggest to these people, but even if I become an entrepreneur like Vasanta, I could have made like IKEA. Understood? Unfortunately, God has made me the teacher. Otherwise, I would have made like IKEA, the modular tooling system. A person comes, all tier 1 industries, tier 3 industry, they will keep their shaped plate, grain plate, everything. I will buy it, I will put a barcode, and it will, a person can stand it and trolley, he can take a mold place up to 500, 600, I can make it. Size, no? Within a day, he will come and he will take a plate and he will give to the pouring and he will fit it, pillar will be coming, within 2 days he make it. I would have been there, my vision is like that. But unfortunate, many people are there, but from the small industries only will supply all those things. I am not going to make. It is like a full mold shopping. How enjoyable it is. You can go there, you can pick up small pins and other things. Maybe 10% extra, but for that you will be struggling like anything. But the 10% extra also come by tiny industries only, they are supplying it. And all mold-based suppliers, they need not to see who is my customer and all. Mold-based will be supplied and it will be plate file available. Everything in one place. You need not to go one place here, ball another, get him another, there and all. Everybody will supply in one place. Then consortium type, they can do it. I need 50 plates, who will be supplying it? I can just generate. Anybody having 50 plates, they can supply and they can take the money. What is a huge thing, huh? Luckily, I am not that area. I don't want. I am in some other field now. I am in meditation. I will go. Anybody can do that. It is a group of people. If everybody cooperate, yeah, it is a win-win situation. Because this I have seen in Japan when I visited. There is a tiny sector only plays a major role in the industry supply. Husband will be doing cylindrical grinding. Wife will be doing the invoices and other things. He will come and he will work. She comes after taking a lunch. Bring him lunch for him also, and she started making invoices. And this fellow will daily do pillar, pushers, grading only. And there are in the industrial sector, it's only cylindrical grinding industry will be there. Surface grinding industry will be there. That if they want to develop an industry, they can make one cylindrical grinding, one surface grinding, one lathe like that, 100 lathe avenue, milling avenue, surface grinding avenue. A person want to open the entrepreneur, he can go and hire the things and he can start manufacturing it. And somebody will be buying it, industrial person will be buying it and will be sitting like a market. So you need not worry about that to sell. Then many people will come, then your problem of manpower, skilling, everything will be solved. And skilling, if you are coming, that today's students, today's children's attitude, you know, it is not the problem of children, it is the problem of parenting. The way we parented, we are not doing that parenting for your children. Please accept it. You are dare enough to say your son, you are doing wrong, you are the good parent. If you are not dare enough to say and you hide it and go, you are lost. We cannot get a student at the time of diploma to teach all the ethical. Because in Tamil one proverb is there, if you cannot train a person by age of 5, you cannot do it at the age of 50. So within 5 years old, we have to teach every good things. They are the good observer. They absorb everything from the parent. So parents should be highly ethical. You are always welcome. Your final addition.
What you said is right, sir. At the age of 5, but it's not bending. He actually is not.
I have done exact translation.
He doesn't learn by listening. He only learns by observing.
Yes, observation is very.
So it is the parents. What is action he is doing? That is what he is going to learn. He will not learn what you are going to utter from your words, mouth.
Okay.
By your actions, what he is going to learn.
So this is what I want.
Parents' responsibility, as you said.
Add it. And any more things will definitely come. That is the purpose of collecting all the details. Just to put it in your subconscious mind. And whatever I told also, if it is possible, put it in your subconscious mind. Somebody implements, the problem will be solved. Otherwise also the problem will be automatically solved by forgetting it. Anyway, we will do our work. We will not see the result. The result will come one day. Somebody has put the seed, we are enjoying the fruit. So we will do our seeding. We will see what happens. I hope everybody from my own set theory, I can say from the tooling, I am very happy to share all these things to you. Otherwise there is no copyright for this also. And one more thing I want to say is, these post-diploma courses what we have here, plastic mold design and postgraduate diploma in plastic processing technology, these two courses, people are not well taken up. We are completing diploma, both the courses, DPMT, DPT, admissions are over. But PDPMD and PGD, PPT, the admissions are very less, only 10, 15 like that. According to, when we studied general, there is no AICT approval. Understood? AICT approval is mandatory, it becomes after 2000. And the AICT approval is mandatory, it is because the parents want their son and daughters to become PE into the lateral entry. It is all because of the parents it is created. Otherwise it is like a Gurukulam system, you catch hold of some technicians and you learn anything. The reason why now they are failing it, it becomes a subject system. Everybody will go and attend the subject and they will go to the workshop, they will come back. It will not work out. For the field like tool making, it will not work out. You have to follow somebody and you have which machine you are liking it, at least you should learn one machine. Partly you can learn everything. So now what happens? This AICT, if you are not fulfilling for 2-3 years, the courses will be cancelled. Whatever designer so-called claim, that also you will not get. So what I want to say is, I will give you part admissions are available for the labs receipt. We can, those who are having 20 people, 30 people in the organization, those children's kids, those who have completed BSc or diploma in mechanical, DPMT, I will give you one spot registration seat to you. You can just recommend the person, send a letter from your letter pad that the students can be given admission. I will take you admission based on your weight. That is, you become a mentor for you. Understood? Either you can sponsor if you are well enough, your company is doing well enough because of you have your own, because Vasanta Toolcraft has sponsored like that last 2-3 years because they have more people. So they can sponsor in sense paying their fees for the 3 semester for the PDPMD, postgraduate diploma in plastic processing for 4 semester. If you cannot able to sponsor, you can just send the students details and you can send the students also. We will do all our procedures, writing the exam and all, we do it and we will take the spot registration. So that it will be continued, then number of admissions will be there. The course will not get cancelled. Once the course is get cancelled, it will be very difficult to revive in Hyderabad. So my request is, if anybody is having such type of people in your company or in your relatives, the company working people relatives, just to tell them these 2 courses, spot registration is available. Other diploma courses are full actually. So this is my request. Or if you want to know, sir, I don't have any students, I can pay for the fees. We can pay the fees and it will be kept in the trust so that poor candidate who are maybe cannot be able to do further after diploma, they don't have money, they want to support the family or something they want to do, we can link with you and that can be, expenses can be made. This is one type of initiative what I thought it may be right or may not be right, only time has to tell. That's my
Thank you.
Just now touching the root cause of the problem. Still we are stuck in the problem. I am telling you, as you rightly said, PDPMD and DPMD, people are not fully, full percentage is not been loaded with the students. 50% only they are there right now. Whichever course it is. Even that course is also slowly the popularity is getting down. Am I right or wrong? That is true. Means last time how many people wrote the entrance exam? This year how much? If you compare, you will know that census.
Behind is all the India is having a creamy layer students. They all prefer first IITs.
Exactly. So
finally, after the cream is gone, everything is gone. Paper is also whited up and transparent. I am getting the student.
So
that is
I am
only
requesting what is the government can do on their behalf to divert the chunk of the people to even this side of the.
Yes,
this is what I am actually looking at.
One thing you can tell you, as an individual only has to do everything. We are the individual make the society, society makes India. What we can do from our side, we can do. Government, we cannot suggest anything.
No, one thing I see is,
point of time, studying a diploma and post-diploma was a little bit tricky. I myself felt why this is happening to me, but that kind of an inferiority complex I had. But later down the line, after 10 years, I realized the course which I have done is much better for running an industry. So I think the mindset has to change, and we should go to the students, disseminate the information that this is not the kind of course which is not going to let you down. We have a lot of success stories. There are a lot of living people who can really. So I have a lot of friends who have, after 10 years or 15 years of mold making, they have made millions or crores of rupees. So I always prefer, if someone wants to join CIPET and DPMD, PDPMD, I said go and join. Because this kind of expertise, you will never get into any kind of a tool room or any kind of, because the kind of value addition which I got from CIPET Hyderabad is, immense. Like, anytime, any given day, you can give me a fellow with 2 hands and 2 legs and 2 ears and 2 eyes, I can train him. So, because I have had hands-on experience on machines, so that has really helped me a lot. So, for India to move forward, thinking tooling capacity and everything, I think we have to, because today social media is very strong, some small success stories like today. I never knew, because Ashwin put this message in the WhatsApp message. I was in Spain just yesterday. I came back from Spain. My wife was saying, "Why are you going today?" No, I feel something good is going to happen. Come, we'll go. So when I saw this SAS presentation, Mr. Reddy's presentation, it was really an eye-opener. 25,600 crores of tooling and 8,000 is being imported. So these things definitely gives a spark in everyone. I think that dissemination of information is very important, sir.
Sir, when we invited sir as a chief here.
Thank you. We are running out of time actually. What I want is, I have taken another initiative. We have collected 2 minutes video from our old students. Actually, whatever you said, we can record it in 2 minutes. We are so and so. Already I told to first batch students, Rao, Anand, all those people. Just to make a 2 minutes video, somebody asked them to take. We are so and so. I have done this course in this place. Now after that I worked in such and such places. Now I am doing such a business. This many people I applied. See, this government of industries will understand what is the power of these institutes actually. And this can be made as a YouTube. Yes. We can disseminate to your own schools and other people. Then next step, what I will do, I will go to Department of Education. I will meet that IAS madam and I will ask her to disseminate to all the schools that such type of courses are available. These courses will directly made them after completion, because they still, whatever may be the input we are giving, maybe they are not ready to work in the industry, but still their 90% placement is happening in CIPET. That means even the student knowing the PP, this is the material, that also not available outside. We are the only supplier. Understood? So we want to build the quality to the people only by getting the, where the demand, where the supply. So the supply should be given, and you are the brand ambassador. Whatever advertisement we give, it will not work out. See, I came to this place, I taken dental house, I have some problem, I have some physiotherapy problem. I asked our people, they said this is the best physiotherapy. Then we go there. Otherwise, I have in my place itself so many physiotherapy doctors are there. But I have to take a word of mouth that, and my experience is good, then it will be repeated. So everybody knows the institute is available, this institute teaches. But the success story, motivation is very important. I once again request everyone, take at least 2 minutes to return back to the institute what you are and what you are now today. That I did. Thanks for your listening, and I hope I can go. You want to say something?
Same
video. Because very
what sir is saying, we want to display to we want to play in the RAC, Regional Advisory Committee. We took appointment with the Secretary Industries, so we just want to show to him what's the question.
Honestly, I speak, sir, because like now we also have an iPhone like this 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We also need a facelift of this institute, sir, because that 27 years back I was studying here and I don't see anything much bigger, greater achievement. No, I'm not undermining the thought process. But today's youth needs a facelift of things, and they need a modern facility to come and study. So that is very important, sir.
So I would like to thank Arvind. What was just throbbing in my heart was just academic. That is what I was trying to indicate, sir. The problem is we want propaganda to happen, and that too with the right modes. The mouth, which is successful mouth. Successful mouth, they are doing a living better than IT people. Is what we have to put. I am already doing it. My daily life I am doing it. I am single man show who is doing complete product designing from the scratch to end product.
Sir, that was the main criteria why we called.
So your 2 minute video is a successful plan,
We
sir.
want to show them
Actually, I
our
suggested it to Sai Surendra, sir, 2 years back. He called me one day.
Ashwin, I think they are running out of time.
But 1 minute don't take. Sai Surendra sir called. Any students are there who are interested in CIPET, please send like that. Why are you asking? No, why are you asking me? Just put the social media so many means.
Hey, even this judging is so like man. 30 seconds of what is important.
Super story.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Now, I request Speaker sir to honor Sri Sanatan Rao sir, Associate Director, with a shawl and books. Moment of glory.
Madam, I don't know to ask.
Nice and please. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Already vote of thanks is also conveyed everything. We are thankful to everyone who have come here. And we are really happy.
Thank each and everyone who has come here.
So that dinner is there, we request everyone to have the dinner.
Everyone to have dinner and
Arvind garu.
please join us for dinner and a group picture of all. Please join us for the group.
అటు ఖాళీ ఉంది